All right, so last session was interesting, to say the least. You guys were able to track down the invisible slime boy that stole Dan's head. Well, technically, he legally acquired it through the dark market, but
Is it legal?
you'll never know. He's dead now. You'll never know if legal
It's as
or
legal as
otherwise.
feeding vampires, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the dark market.
Yeah, exactly.
The dark.
Anyways, you got him cornered in the VIP lounge after some serious Among Us trying to figure out who wasn't here, who was here. He tried to intimidate you guys to back down, showing that he was part of the Dark Elf Syndicate, which you guys would know is a relatively powerful group, not unlike the Orc Mafia, that was kind of rising to power in hopes of unseating the Orc Mafia and disrupting the three main powers of the Ventura district. From that point, Dan was having none of that, so you guys started up a round of combat, and he was able to try and dominate person on Gary. He resisted, and then Dan got off a Tasha's hideous laughter, and in the next 6 seconds, he was getting gulped down a bag of devouring, and that was that before the guards could even really react. So you guys got a few things from him, some magic items. One of them being a ring of sending, which acts like a sending stone, along with several of his cards, his bag of holding, which had several contents, mainly the arms and heads of the other disguises that he kept. And from that point, you guys hung on to the heads, but gave the rest, all the arms and everything else, to the bag of devouring, disposing of the evidence. And in the meantime, Rosie was kind of having a rough day, to say the least. So she decided to go get drunk at a bar, and her old friend Lucan stopped by and had a chat and started telling her, like, oh yeah, we're tracking this group down. Unbeknownst to him, the group that he's trying to track down, Rosie is a member. Not sure if she's a proud member of the group, but she was freaking out internally, managed to get out successfully without him really catching on to anything. He gave that info to the group, and Dan delivered the I think, which head did you deliver? Was it your head or the Goliath head?
It was Dan's head.
Okay. Yeah, you delivered your old head with one of the cards from the Dark Elf Syndicate onto the balcony where Lucan's apartment was. Then you guys drove home. You found Dan's house had been raided. You didn't really find any magical items or magic properties in the room. And that's more or less it. You guys have pissed off the Dark Elf Syndicate. Cops are getting close looking for you. And you also are still wanting to maybe befriend some vampires? We still have a few routes we can go to, but it's probably going to be developmental this session, unless you guys just want to go out and steal and break shit.
I love stealing and breaking shit.
It was fun.
Calm down.
It is fun, but you need to find a location.
Low-key, I feel like we should deal with the Dark Elf Syndicate and then, like, take, like, a month break so that the cops are not on our tail anymore.
Lay low.
Like, lay low for a little bit.
They are all over us.
I mean, we recently got that safe house.
It's true. We get a warehouse.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys did also buy or rent a warehouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just saying we should probably use that and like take a break from crime. Or just a smidge.
You're making too much sense.
Not do crime.
Calm down.
You can do that?
Transition to good?
No.
Whoa there.
Holy roll, buddy.
Rosie would love
That
that.
is going too far right there.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you realize how much capital we've gained in less than a month.
It's true. Why doesn't everybody do this? I think we're gonna find out why soon.
This is some fast cash. Usually
much-
there's a price to
How
pay.
much cash are you sitting on, Rez?
15,000 gold.
2,000. So 15 times 6 is like what? It's 90? Is that 90,000?
Does anyone want a building? I could buy one.
You should buy yourself a home to relax in.
Yeah, Rez, you can just sit on the porch and read your favorite
It's just gonna
novels.
get destroyed.
That's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Buy a place to watch it blow up.
They always do.
I heard about this thing called insurance. We should probably get some renter's insurance.
We should get into that business.
We don't own the building. We don't need renter's insurance, dude.
That'd be
There's
the
nothing
true
more
evil.
evil.
Renter's
There's nothing more evil than insurance.
No. As a renter, you get insurance. So if something happens to the building that you are renting in, you can pay money.
But
Here, even
What
I'm not that evil.
I don't think we get paid. I think the owner of the building gets compensated for damages. Not
So we
from
don't
us.
have to pay.
Exactly.
So, like, just real life, you get paid for your shit that gets damaged.
Oh, that's true.
All right.
Wait, what if we just
Yeah, we
buy a
had the Mona
building?
Lisa in here.
Wait, Rez, how are you doing? Are you 15?
What have we moved into this warehouse so far?
You guys have moved in yourselves. That's about it.
Rosie's at her place.
If we're in the building when it's damaged, does renter's insurance compensate us for that loss?
Have we started the session?
Rez, how did you get?
Everyone's huddled around insurance
Can
brochures
we
in the
please not
warehouse.
talk about insurance?
How did I get
This is
15?
real.
Yeah, I'm only at 5,000.
Rez hasn't spent your
I
money.
have spent
I
basically
haven't either.
zero.
Did you miss all the?
No, you bought a pack, a Rod of the Pack Keeper, remember?
Did I?
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, you
We
bought
got
Um,
a
Yeah,
plus
you
2
bought-
out of the pack keeper.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I didn't realize I purchased it. I thought we stole it for some reason.
No,
No,
that
no,
was
we-
compensating purchase.
Okay, never mind.
Expensive magical item.
Yeah, because I have like 7,000 gold.
Yeah, I'm
That
sitting
makes
here.
much
I got like 600.
I think the most expensive thing I bought was like 2,000 gold or something.
I thought maybe I had missed like a large steal.
Nah, it's legitimate loot we bought.
We went on a shopping spree.
While we're discussing magical items, I had a housekeeping question. What happened to the message earrings?
That's a good
Because
question.
if they're with Bruno, they should probably go to someone else and so he can talk to people's brains.
Don't
That is-
think I have them.
Otherwise, I don't know where they ended up.
Wait, the message you're hearing from the guy that
From the
we,
orc that we killed in like session 2.
yeah, the guy we compressed in the fucking
Argu
Yeah.
transmission
Yeah.
fluid.
yeah. I thought we got rid of the earring because we thought it was shady, like it could be tracked. Am I misremembering?
I remember you were paranoid about that, but I don't. I thought we
Maybe I
gave
should-
them to someone at some point.
I thought Gary had them.
I remember discussing who to give them to.
They're not on my character sheet.
Okay.
But I don't remember getting rid of them either.
They're not in my sheet. Let me check my notes.
Let me check.
Session 2, you said?
I don't know if it was session 2. It was like
That's when we killed the guy.
the funeral home.
Okay, session 2, earrings to message on Orc's body.
I don't have it in my end.
I have nothing in session 3, nothing in session 4. Session 5.
There's also another
Orc's
item we
rack.
forgot about, but I don't want to be the one to mention it.
What item?
It's the one that Dan grabbed in the hooker. In the stripper club. magic dildo.
Do we have the magic dildo?
Yeah, I think it's technically in Rosie's bag, and she's just not ever gonna mention it. It's too much time has passed for her to be like, "Hey guys, what are we gonna do with this?"
I figured we could pawn it. It's magic.
If you find it in her bag, then you can pawn it.
I'm not thinking about dildos right now.
She will never, ever, ever bring it up.
Well, DM, do you remember these earrings?
I do.
I have it in my notes that we got it, but I don't have it. What happened to them? So I don't know.
I would assume, if anything, maybe it was just in Rosie's bag.
I'm looking through my notes right now to see if I can pinpoint who got it.
I very distinctly
Yeah,
remember
I
a
mean-
discussion of us deciding who to give them to.
I mean, I don't think there's any argument that we have them, right?
Yeah.
I think there is.
So I guess. it
So I'd
doesn't
say if
really
you guys
matter
just
who
want
had
to
them.
redistribute it to someone, that's fine.
Because it should be with either Gary or me, probably, if it exists.
But Gary doesn't have any piercings, so
Okay, I'll take them.
All right.
You talked yourself out of a magic item, Jake.
already fully attuned.
They don't require attunement, I don't think.
All right. Well, enjoy your earrings.
I will.
Don't want to pierce your ears, Gary.
Nah.
My ears aren't pierced either, I'm just gonna do it right now.
Just take your spear.
Yeah. Ow.
You litter ball.
Oh, you got the earrings on.
Yeah, I mean, if you can either just DM me what they do at some point or whatever, but I'll mark it on my character sheet so we don't forget.
Don't you mean GM him?
They let you. I'll just post it in references. They let you cast messaging 3 times a day.
The cantrip message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Speaking of communication-related magic items, this ring of sending is essentially a sending stone, correct?
Yes. But you do not have the other.
Sure. But if I broke it, they would stop working, right? Because that's how sending stones work.
Yes, you did also get a reply from the sending when you were identifying it. Seems someone was trying to talk back to Mr. Slimeboy.
Yeah, I remember that. He hasn't messaged since, though, has he?
He is not, but it's only been about like an hour since you identified those.
It's been like 3 days.
I thought you identified them when you got back. Well, anyways,
No, we
Then
identified
yes.
them before we left.
yeah, you would. Okay, then yeah, you have not gotten the message yet.
I was going to say, is like, I feel like it would make sense to break it just so that we don't have to deal with it.
Mhm.
But I don't want to move without consulting the party.
I would agree with that assessment. Just in case we get
Alright.
locate objected.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. So, ring of sending will have been broken before we even left. But fucking
How do we break a magical item?
bang it on the ground until it cracks?
We break into a steel forge and we just
We-
throw it in one of the
We
lava
feed
pits.
it to the fucking bag.
Can you feed it inanimate objects?
We go on a quest to Mount Funville and throw it in the fires from whence it was forged.
That's my vote.
I like that one as well.
Well, where are we starting, DM?
Well, you guys would have gotten to Dan's place, and I think you guys were debating on whether or not to go back to Rosie's place, which is why you were looking for the warehouse. So,
No, I think Rosie was just like, "You're not coming to my apartment."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was gonna be
that's
like
why you guys got the warehouse.
the next morning where we're gonna all get together and plan, I guess,
Mhm.
our next move.
Yeah, because I think Dan technically came to my place and was like, "Hey, we're meeting tomorrow." So
Yeah, so any inanimate objects stored in the bag are randomly swallowed at some point during the day and spit out into another plane of existence.
That's pretty good.
So it's not destroyed, but it's
It's ejected to a random plane of
Yeah.
existence.
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to find it.
Good luck finding your fucking sending ring on Pandemonium.
That's true. Just throw it in the bag.
It's just the perfect garbage disposal.
Exactly.
Good item for us.
It really is.
So, what's the plan for the Dark Elf Syndicate?
Don't make a move. Wait for them.
That's kind of what I was thinking, honestly. I think we should just kind of lay low. If they want to reach out to us, they reach out to us, and then I can work on magic items and stuff and try to find semblance of a normal life again.
So no arson, as Dan sadly puts down the Molotovs he's been preparing.
I think Rosie would just fucking glare.
I haven't arson since session 1. I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
He's hankering.
Like I'm itch.
It just needs to burn.
We didn't burn down any Orc Mafia establishments.
Just want to burn it down.
You just gassed up a guard shack.
That's not a fire. Now, Duskcorn's offices, that was a fire.
So that's kind of like my vote there, I think. Is...
So maybe lay low, do a little home improvement at the warehouse, and then yeah.
Makes sense. I do have a couple of things that I want to take care of while we're laying low. I wanted to do this for a while, and I just haven't had an opportunity to. I really do want to get a hold of Nina at some point and pick her brain. But the other thing that I think I need to actually consult the party about is Leon, who is an almost direct connection between us and the Twilight Clock Tower. And he is clearly very easy to find right now.
Right.
Oh,
Is that your brother?
Yeah.
The whole spiel.
Yeah, that guy.
We go the res route.
What's the res route?
I mean, he is a liability.
Yeah, I was hoping for a solution that didn't involve killing
Get him out of
the
town.
brother I just avenged. So
Fair.
That would look
kind of
like
defeats the purpose.
I feel like Rosie would be like, you're talking to the wrong people, Dan.
Do you have
We're talking.
any alternative ideas?
I mean, like, could we say, hey, here's some cash, go on a vacation?
Fuck off.
I'll be honest, I don't trust him to fuck off. I expect him to just take that money and drink himself fucking silly.
Is there?
We could send a lot of all. I can't think
All
of the word.
expenses paid?
All expenses paid. Forced vacation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I kind of want him with somebody to keep an eye on him, but
I'll
I
say,
also
like a babysitter.
Yeah. My current thinking though is, leaving him with family is probably not the safest thing, just because that does kind of, make sense. Well, it's just like, where else would we look? Well,
What if we paid someone to take him on a forced vacation?
Like Bruno's friend.
You could have
We'll send him with vampires.
That'll work great.
Maybe not them.
You could have him join the mob, and then they technically be under his protection.
Our mob?
We're not a mob. Like, I don't know.
Yet.
Does your brother have any positive traits that could be used?
I mean,
Drinking.
yeah, he drinks and he fights badly. So,
Some monks do that.
Yeah, the drunken master.
Going to monastery.
yeah, does it even
Yeah,
go-
monastery. Are there? There's probably
Ooh,
monasteries in
we
Fortuna.
could force him to find religion.
Does Fortuna have an AA?
Probably.
Does anybody have any contacts who would be okay keeping an eye on somebody?
Does anyone not have someone evil that they can contact?
If my friend
Say when
wasn't,
nobody not evil.
if my friend wasn't investigating us, yeah, sure.
Yeah, hooking those two up is not. Not productive.
He's the guy we're hiding him from.
I know.
One of the guys.
I was saying, if he wasn't hunting us down, I had a feather.
Yeah.
Well, he's not hunting you down.
Yeah.
Are you saying you want him to stay at my place?
I think it's a little too close.
Oh, okay. I was like, how is that solving anything? For one.
Could we pay him with a gift card so that he can only use that gift card at that specific location?
That's a thought.
It's a strategy. I mean, we could just put him on a truck and tell him to drive.
Well,
Get him far away
Is there-
from here.
there's cross-planar travel, right? You just say, like, go to the prime material plane. Nothing bad ever happens there.
This is a material plane.
Oh yeah, why
isn't
don't
it?
we just have him go to a different plane? There's like
DM.
ships and
This-
stuff that do
this,
that, right?
This isn't the prime material plane. This is a different plane.
No, this is a world in the prime
It's
material.
in the prime material plane.
Oh,
Hence all the
Alright, I guess-
material.
Point of clarification, DM. Do you ascribe to a mini planes or a mini world one plane cosmology?
This is important for this session.
The many world one cosmology.
Mini world one plane? Okay.
No, I'm saying, what is that?
Well, so either you've got lots of material planes or you've got one material plane, but all worlds are contained inside of it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
What's the sitch?
considering from last campaign, you guys or your two of your characters were able to travel from Avum to Fortuna. I would say it's probably like a single material plane that has like all the planes in it, because I think that's what the D&D one is, isn't it? With the
That's my
material planes?
understanding of it.
Yeah.
So you got the mama plane with the baby planes.
All
and when
the
they love
sides,
each other very much,
all the crystal spheres.
they
And
collide.
What do the mama and the baby do?
Is there an Alcoholics Anonymous plane?
Oh yeah.
I mean, wait, but the important, actually relevant though, like, is there a way to send someone off plane? Like, we have ships, right?
Yes.
Is it expensive?
That's how they first scouted this plane itself, is through Spelljammers. So yes, traveling off plane is doable. It is to go there, or to go to Fortuna. It is not as expensive. To leave, it is more expensive.
Guys, we should just get a plane out of here.
They're trying.
yeah, we
they're
bought a
trying
plane
to
ticket.
keep people. They're trying to keep people on the plane, so it's more expensive to leave.
A plane
Kind of
ticket.
feels like a prison almost.
That's
How-
Guys,
terrible.
we should just.
How-
If we're having troubles here, we have a backup. We can just get off plane, right? We can just go to the prime material plane.
Just leave it all behind.
Just go to Faerun.
This is the prime material.
So David's like, well,
Gary's just not
my
getting
entire
it.
campaign now.
Guys, things are too hard. Let's just
We
leave.
can go to a different world.
Fortuna space is the sphere we're in. So how expensive is a Spelljammer ticket?
A Spelljammer ticket to leave. You're probably looking at 5,000.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, we got 3 of those.
That's a lot, though. Let's call
Bag
that
of devouring.
Plan C. Okay, that's final plan.
Plane ticket or
alright,
bag of
let's-
devouring?
Let's steal a Spelljammer.
Whoa there.
Then it's
I don't-
free.
I don't think any of us even know how to remotely pilot a thing like that.
I'll figure
I
it
bet
out. I can
Rosie
drive a
can figure it
car.
out.
I can drive a car. Oh my.
Okay, I'm not hearing any cost-effective options, so I think I'm probably going to just have to go with my original plan. Which is
Other than the most cost-effective
We have
option.
no friends, so we have to send him off this world.
well, I'm gonna fucking put it up with other family. I think I got a brother who works in shipping down in the undersea, so I figure literally have Leon go underground and just wait this out.
Yep, far away from here.
That sounds like a really good plan.
All right, I got some phone calls to make. Does this warehouse have a phone?
Rosie
Thank-
has-
There's one in the back, but I'm not sure if it's connected to anything.
Damn,
on the other side of the warehouse.
You just hear the.
We gotta
2 minutes later.
gotta get a hold of Comcast.
Yeah, rats showed it.
David-
Find the phone booth.
David, just so you know, I'm 100% picturing Bart's warehouse for what this is.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Okay,
too.
good. We're on the same page. There's just one table at the very far end with a phone on it.
Yeah. Got a few barrels of toxic material.
There's rickety scaffolding.
Rosie would offer Dan to come back to her place and use her phone if he wanted. You don't have to pay for it.
It's true. Can phone calls be monitored? DM, do we know this? Is there an NSA?
Give me a history.
So terrible. I think it's a 16.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Calls can be traced.
Okay, yeah, let's not do it at your place. I'm gonna go find a random phone booth a few hours away. I'm gonna make some calls.
That's an
That's
expensive
a
call.
long walk.
If I come with you, it's half the time.
Sure. Probably shouldn't be traveling alone anyways.
All
Good
right,
point.
I'll follow Dan to make his phone calls. Get out of the house, walk a little bit.
Rosie's gonna be like, so is that it? Is that all?
I guess this whole meeting came down to we're going to make one phone call.
Okay.
Dan's got to make some calls.
Well, then I guess Rosie will just probably go back to her place and work on the magic items.
All right.
Are we doing like essentially downtime at this point? I guess.
Yeah. So.
Sounds like it.
So shopping.
Yeah, this sounds like we're in a downtime zone. So, Dan, what are you trying to do with your brother here?
All right, so I've gone down my list of siblings, and I think that the current best off-site option is probably going to be Michael. So I'm going to
Okay.
call Michael.
All right, we'll connect him with AT&T.
Everyone's name Michael.
Michael, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That was the guy who was.
He works in shipping.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with Dan. Can I ask how many brothers you have, or how many siblings you have?
Like a fucking 8 or 9, I think.
Jeez. I don't have any.
You should have seen the backstory rolls I made. It's fucking stupid. I'm gonna make a Warforged roll for siblings. Okay. This makes sense.
1d20 siblings.
Okay. So, yeah, you would be able to get a hold of him. It doesn't take super long, and convince him to basically. It sounds like, based on what I'm seeing here for the character sheet, looks like he was like a sailor.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So basically, just get him a job on the boats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
keep him there. Keep a fucking eye on him. Don't let him wander off.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say that's doable. Do you know where he's at right now?
I don't, but I know he has his own place, so I assume he has a phone. So I'm gonna leave him a message
Okay.
if he doesn't answer.
I don't know if you should leave him a message.
Up to you.
Why would we? Oh,
I'm
because
calling.
then
I'm calling.
So, damn, does he answer or?
ring a ding
I'm rolling the dice to determine if he answers or not.
Well, right now he's being interrogated by the police, so
He does not pick up.
he's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
What's his outgoing say? Or did he update it?
You know what to do. Just leave a message at the beep.
That seems about right.
Hey, Michael, it's me. We gotta talk next time you're in town. You remember the old bar, right? I'll meet you there. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Did we literally drive an hour and a half to leave a message?
Oh, did we drive? Do we have a car?
No. Well, we walked, but it was faster, remember?
It felt like driving.
It felt like driving.
How fast it was.
That's true. Okay. I'm going to make another call.
Okay.
To Nina this time.
Okay.
Nina, pick up your damn phone.
Let's see. Roll dice. Picks up.
Ah,
Well, this is Nina.
Nina, it's Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan. How are you doing?
We've been better. Listen, I got some stuff I need to pick your brain about. Are you free anytime soon? Can you meet?
Yeah, I should be available. I'm just making some gabagool right now.
Oh,
If you want to stop by right now, that actually would work out pretty good.
all right. Yeah, sure. Same place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be there and insert distance as
Half that time.
Really getting use out of this feature.
Look, man, it's on my character sheet.
It's a time saver.
It's like, I swear to God, if you don't use my feature, I'm gonna fight.
All right, I'll see you then.
Sounds good. Okay, we got one more stock, Gary.
All right.
Are you
Where are we
hungry?
going? I got a free day.
Cool. I will tell him the address and we will make our way towards Nina's place.
Okay. You guys start walking back in the direction to Nina's.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take too long, thanks to Gary's magical knowledge of the streets.
I had no idea Burdock Street connected here. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's literally like a portal.
Yes, portal.
I mean, walking through that tunnel, it kind of feels that way.
Yeah, right?
All right, so where does Nina live?
I don't know. You told me.
I'm DM. What are we looking at?
So let's see.
I hope you have it prepped in Tailspire.
No, I do not.
Nina's house.
You would know it's probably about an hour out by foot from where your place is. It's where the neighborhood starts to get a bit better, a bit more clean, but still not super trustworthy.
Sure.
Not as many. It's kind of like a slight upgrade from your neighborhood, but not too much.
Are we seeing a lot of signs of like devil mafia activity in the neighborhood?
I would say you're seeing signs of with mafia, but it's you're getting a mix. It's kind of like a border zone where you're getting some demon mafia, some devil mafia, some orc mafia. It looks like just kind of a cross zone.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit of everything.
Contested territory.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not neutral ground.
Yeah,
It's,
neutral zone.
I was just about to say, it's not neutral zone, but it's not a war zone either.
Okay. Well, so I guess it's an apartment then. So we'll just make our way to the building and up to her unit. And...
A few minutes go by. You hear some footsteps and about 5 locks unlocking, or the door opens up.
Dan, that's what you need in your apartment.
If I had anything worth protecting in there, I would be. But
the door would break before the locks would.
Seriously. It's like one piece of fucking particle board.
My stars, it's you, Dan. How long has it been? And you've brought a friend.
Yeah. Gary, this is Nina. Nina, Gary.
Nice to meet you, Nina. I put out my hand.
Good to meet you. She gives it a light shake.
That's laundry.
You wanna describe Nina for the class, Plette?
I guess.
Is she hot?
Is she hot or not?
No.
Yeah, she's pretty up there.
All right.
Like an 8 or 9. I guess she's probably like 5'7", pretty like thin, dark hair, wavy, kind of like olive complexion, dark eyes. And yeah, I mean, she looks like my other siblings, honestly, just older, a little more angular, I guess, sharper features.
More angular than you?
No, I am the angliest.
You can't out-angle Dan.
You're nothing but angles. You're all metal.
You're damn right.
Never beat me, sister.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Can we step inside?
Of course. Come right on in. Would either of you like anything to eat?
I just looked down at myself and back at her. And
Oh, right. Sorry.
you
I'm
hungry,
getting used to
Gary?
that.
I'm good.
Cool. So, Nina, the reason I'm here today, I had some stuff I needed to run by you. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. I haven't finished that spell, but yeah, Gary, help me find spiders.
We're not going to have a
Alright.
conversation without a spider check, damn it.
I
Oh,
feel
okay,
like
it's
detect
metagame.
magic is the way to do it.
I'll help you with
I rolled a 1.
action.
Oh god.
Now you have advantage, motherfucker.
Rolled
boy.
a 14.
Okay.
Spiders?
Near as you can tell, the only spider you found was one in the ceiling corner that's got a web going.
Drago, get it. And I send my cockroach out. Don't worry,
You
he's
just
fine.
watch an epic battle between a cockroach and a spider.
Hell yeah. Get him, Drago. Oh, don't worry about that, Nina. He'll come back to me.
Gary's rolling the bugs.
She just has a gross look on her face. It's like, sure, make sure he goes with you.
Yeah, he'll come with.
Rosie, your best friend.
As she sets down a plate just with the look of disgust. She's like, ugh, hate bugs. So, what is it you're wanting?
Yeah, okay, so, I don't know if you've heard, but there's been some developments in the past month. Some stuff has happened.
I heard a little bit about some good news for Leon, but I don't know if you heard this. He lost an arm.
Yeah, no, I heard about that. It's been dealt with. Leon's good for now. Although I do need to move him soon. Unrelated. Semi-related. Look, let me back up.
Sure.
I'm independent at this point. I imagine you heard about the Dustborn fire, right? So, I'm out of a job, so I've got a crew here. Gary is a member. We are in business together. And
Laundry.
it's part of the business, yes, is a laundromat.
Does
We've
she
got-
believe him?
We've got somebody in the group who is connected to somebody that you might be familiar with. You
Okay.
know anybody named Idek?
Who's hiding?
Rosie's dead.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard the name. And she just kind of sets down her fork and just kind of gives you a stare.
Is this her being careful, or is this her not wanting to talk about it?
I mean, insight.
Cool, I'm good at these. 11.
You know what? Since there's your sibling, I'll give you advantage too.
Oh, cool. Oh, 15.
All right. A little bit of both. You're sensing both. You kind of notice she straightened up her back a little bit more. She seems more attentive, and she's just kind of locked eyes with you. So she's kind of changed her demeanor and being a bit more careful now.
Sure. Well, like I said, we're working with a close associate of his. So I am in occasional contact with this guy. Do you know anything about him? As far as who the fuck is he?
She just kind of takes her napkin, kind of cleans off her mouth a little bit, just being real careful as she sets it down. He is a person that if you get on the wrong side will disappear. It's happened to several of my friends.
Hey, Yule or Will?
Will.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
He'll kill just Nina.
Your friends being co-workers or
Friends.
from outside work?
Outside of work.
And they crossed Idek.
Yes.
Do I want to know how? I mean, I do want to know how. It's a rhetorical question, but can you say how?
Well, I would like to finish my food first before I speak it. I don't think I'll be able to speak it and eat this. If I do that. You know what? I'll just put it in the fridge. I'll have it later. 'Cause I'm not that hungry anyways now. They were chopped up and then
Holy
Spread
shit.
apart.
Okay.
spread across the astral plane. There.
Okay.
Gone.
Gone. Sure. I meant how did they piss him off, but that's good to know.
Man, she doesn't sound very nice.
What an asshole.
Don't piss off Rosie.
What we hear in the back of our heads.
I'm not sure if he's the one who actually did it. He looks a bit too clean to be able to do such a thing, but the point is, he was crossed, and that's what happened to them.
But friends of yours outside the business.
Yes, they broke their contracts.
Oh, okay. Clients then that you got it.
They were still my friends.
Sure. that clarifies the nature of this relationship. That I understand now how and why that happened. Okay, got it. So he's sort of in enforcement then.
That basically just means he has people under him.
I mean, it seems that way. It seems like he's got some power to him.
There are some unconfirmed rumors that he has recently become the right-hand man of the Kingpin.
No shit.
Rumors, of course. But he is definitely not to be messed with.
Huh.
Kind of look at Gary like, damn. Okay,
Be careful.
that's good to know. We'll definitely have to take good care of his associate.
Rosie, do you want tea? Rosie, do you want cake? I'm gonna make your life happier, Rosie.
Oh, Rosie, we're so sorry.
We're so sorry we talked about killing your best friend.
Oh,
Honestly, with this revelation, I'm
Can I
shocked
pet
any of us
Jean?
are alive.
Sorry, please continue.
Well, that is good to know. That is good to know. That was really all I had about that particular topic. Couple of other things that I wanted to pick your brain about, though. Given that I'm now independent and we're sort of, mixing things up, would you be able to put us in touch with somebody who would be able to potentially take some hot items off our hands should the need arise? Move them.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out what Dan's relationship with his family is.
Dana's cool.
She's a cool sister.
It's probably a poor family that has usual ties to the crime because poor.
Oh, yeah.
Bruno's there too.
No, I'm not.
Oh, Bruno, where'd you come from?
That's his trick, man.
Me and Rosie Bruno and Rosie
I'm
just secretly
stealthy.
He's been under the table this whole time. Thought that was a fucking cat. Jesus
It
Christ.
is your sister.
I swear that was Drago.
I just choked on my water. God damn.
I thought that was your cat. But it was
Meow. Meow.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
So yeah, a fence. Looking for a fence. Would you be able to put us in touch with somebody that could help us with that?
I can. Question for you is, how hot are these?
Oh, nothing right now. We're planning for future occurrences. Like I said, we're mixing things up. Very rapidly growing, and it feels like something we should get set up ahead of time before we need one.
Well, I know two groups that can deal with such a thing. One group is generally better for dealing with items. Basically, the hour or day of, the sooner you can get to them, the better. They're very good cleaners, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
And then I've got some others that are, if you've had this item for a while now. So it depends on what you're looking for, or if you just want both, honestly. I can get you those.
Yeah, that would be good to have. Rates, as far as their take, would be good to know also.
The ones who can... The cleaners, I should say, are more expensive because they are getting rid of the item quickly. So it's... The faster you want it done, the more it's gonna cost you.
Sure. Short notice situation. Yeah. If you can get me their information at some point in the near future, that would be super helpful. Third off, and this is just a random fucking question, just because we've kind of crossed paths with this group. Are you familiar with anybody affiliated with the Night Lords?
And her mouth kind of goes into a frown, and she's like, "Oh, don't tell me you got bit by one of those filthy mongrels."
I look at her and I look back at myself and I look back at her. I'm like, yeah, they got me. I probably got like 48 hours before I turn.
I look at Dan.
I just look at Gary like, what the fuck?
Sorry, it's hard to get used to that. You know, I've known you for so long, and now you're just a.
I'm a 10 king.
Oh.
I get it. Look,
What was Dan like when he was squishy?
I mean, he's still squishy.
I definitely had an appetite for one.
brittle is a more appropriate term at this point, I think.
Something glass cannon.
Yeah. Something called the glass right now.
Not much has changed about him other than his physical demeanor. But
You're a consistent person.
I handle trauma well. What can I say?
Were you always so stabby? Sorry, I'm not there. I'm not there. Sorry.
Rosie's under the table with Bruno.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There's two cats under the table. Meow.
I heard you talking about my dad.
Yeah. Why are you talking about my dad, Mom?
Just look under the tablecloth. The entire rest of the party's there.
We got bored.
But yeah, Night Lords.
don't tell me you're trying to get with them, or did you fall in with to a bad crowd with them?
I'm asking if you know anything about them because I don't know anything about them, but we heard about them. And I
Yes, I am aware of their sordid sort.
Sure.
Not
Obviously,
something you want to get with.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you.
What makes you say that? Because, like I said, I don't know much about them. I know their name.
I go over to Dan's ear and I'm like, aren't those the guys that eat people?
That's what I've gathered so far.
Also, there's the Moon Lords.
So doesn't that instantly set off alarm bells in your head? Or maybe that is the one thing that has changed about Dan.
I look down at my body and I look back at Gary. I'm trembling, Gary.
He doesn't care about.
Terrified.
You're just like rattling like a train going by.
They scare the bejeebus out of me.
Yes, they. Well, what do you think of? Have you ever read about vampires, werewolves? You know, all the like.
I mean, they've come up, but my focus is primarily arcane. There's not like a lot of transmissible magic coming from those guys, so it's not really.
Well,
I know a little bit about them.
You've gotten their character down. You think they're all upper class snobs, things like that?
I don't know anything about them. That's why.
Oh, that's why I said if you read any children's bedtime stories, things like that.
No, we didn't really have books. Remember?
That's right. You like to read. I
You
didn't.
holding out on the rest of us. Did you have all the kids' books? Did you take those when you left?
I had 3, all right.
If you give a mouse a cookie, 3 copies.
I got bone to pick with you.
I had 3 books. You should have looked under my bed.
I was trying to respect your privacy. Clearly, that was a mistake.
Well, when most people think of vampires, they think they're very, very noble with unnoble desires. These are a bit more animalistic than what you might assume.
Mm.
Sounds like the vampires where I grew up.
What'd you
Where was that?
Don't worry about it.
Kind of gives you a side eye. Or she resumes talking. Well, anyways, they have been able to acquire a lot of money through some means that I do not know, but they have used it to expand themselves over a long time, and now they are starting to become a bit of a problem. I've ran into one of them a little while ago.
Really?
It wasn't. Yes.
How'd that go?
Well, thankfully, I was. She kind of chuckles. I was walking back with ingredients, and I happened to have garlic on me, so didn't go too well for him.
So they're attacking people in the streets?
Well, in his defense, I was walking back later in the night. Would have been like 7, 8 p.m. Not exactly daytime hours.
Nina, what kind of hours do you keep?
That's 2 hours past bedtime.
You're getting old.
Look, a job's a job, all right?
Look, fine. So vampires at night, problem. Got it. That's good to know.
I mean, they are the Moon Lords. Name kind of fits.
I guess so. All right. Last question.
Wouldn't the Moon Lords be?
And then I'll let you get back to your gabagool.
Quiet, Triple A.
We're not allowed to ask.
They don't know we're here.
You just see a Rez'Veela shaped bulge in the behind the curtains.
I'm under like a glass clear coffee
Her
table.
arm is like sticking out of the curtain.
Yes.
It doesn't fit.
There's a silhouette of a skeleton shining.
So you've been in the business for a while, right? You're doing pretty okay for yourself. Is that fair to say?
I make ends meet.
Sure. And you got a decent picture of, how the business operates. Is that fair to say?
What are you getting at?
I'm, like I said, we're rolling with a new crew. I feel like we're very capable, but we're also, as a collective, pretty fresh to this particular industry. We've had some projects. They went off, successfully, but they were not without
laundry.
complications. Yeah. And in the interest of preempting future complications as best as I possibly can, it felt prudent of me to ask someone who knows, from experience, what we could potentially expect on future jobs, on future projects, right? Going up against, our competition in this field. What are the major players capable of? What do they specialize in?
What kind of detergents do they use?
Yeah, what kind of resources do they have at their disposal? It's not necessarily something you got to unload on me right this second. Honestly, probably best that we don't just unload that all right now. But down the line, if you could get something, maybe some kind of package, maybe some kind of pamphlet, I could just peruse, and then dispose
You want a pamphlet on all the mafia's powers? Is that what you're asking for?
If you
An
would
infographic.
happen to know, if you know what they're good at, what they're capable of, what I can expect dealing
They don't
with.
exactly hand something like that out,
No, but like I said, you've been in industry for longer than I have at this point. So
I know you just mentioned it on a pamphlet. That's just a silly idea.
look, I don't know what kind of security you're trying to maintain here. I'm trying to be careful. Okay, I'm just asking, like, if you know stuff about these people, that would be good for me to know. I would like to know.
I think I could get something like that too.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of it. I can get out of your hair. You can enjoy your dinner.
But before you go, I do need to give you the two cleaners here.
Yeah.
The mighty maids. Those are the quick ones.
The mighty mates.
Maids. You know, like
Maids.
black and white maids.
Gotcha. Sporting that, they better be half orcs and French maid outfits.
I mean,
Is that
it
what
wouldn't
Dan
surprise
says?
me if one of them is.
That's me. That's pure Plette.
I thought Dan just had a thing.
Goblins and
Baby
baby
goblins.
We already know it's for Bruno.
Oh, I should tell you, for mighty maids, don't upset Gertrude.
All right, avoid mighty maids.
True.
No, just keep her happy, and you'll be happy.
Hey.
And then the other one, the one that bit slower, that is Octavian's Inferno.
Octavians.
They're good if you want to get rid of something later.
Sure.
These are people that can get rid of hot items, like
Yes.
fencers.
Fences, yes.
I say out loud. No,
Mighty Maids is more of a cleaner organization. They run a front where they, unsurprisingly, clean things.
hey,
Sure.
I know that.
Yes, I heard about your laundromat burning down.
Oh, you knew I was connected with that laundromat?
I know a few things as you sip some tea.
As Gary gets very uncomfortable.
May also
Yeah.
want to read that contract under a oh, what's the name of it? I just forgot it.
table.
Magnifying glass.
Under with a
Under duress.
The black light.
no, god dang it.
Underdark.
Quit
Really
saying
strange.
things I can't think.
Full moon.
Blood moon?
Lemon
Lemon.
juice and candle.
True sight.
Underwear.
Ah, yes.
True sight would definitely reveal it. I was talking more something not so intensive, but something where you can see magical texts.
Ah,
Does detect magic do that?
No.
You won't be able to read the text with that.
we'll figure it out.
Just giving you a heads up.
I'm very, very off-put that she knows that much, but whatever.
She's the cool sister.
Yeah, that might not be cool. We'll see.
You're like, well, we gotta kill Nina now.
All right, Nina, Leon. All right.
How many of Dan's family members will survive this campaign?
Let's just
This is
kill
like-
all our friends and family.
This is
Everything will
Scott
be
Pilgrim
great.
versus the World. You have to
Kill
kill
all our friends and family.
all of
move
Dan's
across planes.
evil
Dan's
family
evil
members.
family members.
If we're looking to kill family members, mine are already on my target list.
Oh, well.
Perfect.
Right for the taking.
Well, we can get out of here. We can. The gabagool's getting cold.
Of course it is. I put it in the fridge.
I'm kind of.
So I mean, you're not wrong.
Dan, let's get out of here.
We're getting out of here. Thank you for your help, Nina. This is all very, very helpful. Also, never mind. Don't worry about it.
All
Good
right.
luck, bro.
You too.
We should probably leave too.
We just close the door.
Wait, how do I get out?
4 other people shuffle out.
The door's to your left, sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
The window just opens and Rez and AAA just kind of like roll out.
It's funny if Rosie was actually there, she'd be so curious about questions about her father. She'd want to know some shit.
You just never happened to ask her father what's going on. But
No, he didn't want to tell her. He's more all that one.
Yeah, I just killed a few people today. It was pretty good. He pissed me off, so they just died.
Well, he never told her anything. That's all I'm saying.
Dan, you gotta tell me what business your sister's in.
Was.
I don't know why she knows what the contract I didn't even know about.
What contract?
I pull out my contract.
Is this recognizable as a Devil Mafia contract?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Dan's like, yeah, no, she's in that business.
All right.
The pulling contracts out of pockets business.
Writing
It's-
them up.
She didn't look like a devil.
Don't have to be a devil.
Yeah, Vinny doesn't look like a half orc, but he still fucking works for him.
There's also a slime in the Dark Elf Syndicate.
Look, these mafias are not consistent.
I think the higher ups are all sort of more monolithic.
Like, what if there's a devil in the demon council? That doesn't even make sense.
Maybe he was a traitor from the Devil Mafia. We don't fucking know.
Okay.
Or
Here's
if there's an
opinions
orc
about
on the
race.
Devil Mafia.
Coming to light again.
Gary's
Very
like, the
confusing.
races need to be consistent and so.
Why are you even called the orc mafia if no one's an orc?
This is how Gary's evil. He's very racist.
This isn't
We're
racist.
trying to
I'm
figure
pointing
it
out
out.
inconsistencies in the mafia.
He's a
Something
segregationist.
dark elf, but not dark. Yeah.
So in your eyes, they should all be separated.
No, I'm saying that if you're gonna call yourself the orc mafia, I don't think I've seen an orc in the mafia.
He is very pro segregation.
Gary, you killed an orc in the Orc Mafia.
That's who attacked our fucking safe house too.
Wait, those are orcs?
I remember it being described as a lot of orcs.
There were orcs that shot up the safe house, and the orc monk in the stripper club.
Oh yeah,
was the one.
Drac was an orc too.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Is it?
Okay.
We've seen
There's a
some.
lot of orcs.
Is it Gary?
We've seen some
Are
more.
you
Fine.
sure it's okay?
I think it's weird.
So on the way back, I'll definitely ask.
Sounds like
again,
you're just trying to cover up your racism.
What's your relationship with the big DM?
David?
Devil
Demon
Mafia.
Mafia.
Devil Mafia.
I have no connection with the demon mafia.
Devil Mafia.
It's the demon council.
No, right, it's not the demon mafia. Well, it's a bit of a story.
Got a bit of a
We don't got time.
We've got an hour and a half.
Have I showed you my cockroaches?
I've seen your cockroaches. I have not seen this contract before, though.
Yeah.
I feel like
this
that's
is-
the way
I am
he comes
curious
on to
about-
people. He's just like,
Have
hey,
you seen my
have
cockroaches?
you seen my
Roaches?
cockroaches? Sorry. Please continue.
It's a great pickup line. Worked 50-50.
If they're into bugs,
The time it works
it's
out
100%
the time.
victory.
Yeah, me and Rez picked up this contract at the laundromat that burned down.
Your old place of employment, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. And so this
Um,
so it wasn't your laundromat.
No, it was never my laundromat. I
But
was.
this contract is relevant to you?
Well, it says I'm the owner of it. I'm the owner of the new laundromat. Once it gets built.
Got it.
It was. I'm looking at my. Where the fuck did I put my backstory? Shit.
Gary
There
shuffling
it
through
is.
papers.
It hasn't been relevant the last number of
They're just
seconds.
shoveling through papers. What is my background again?
Who am I?
Oh, it was owned by. It was Zane's Laundromat. Yeah. It was. That was literally the name. Was Zane's Laundromat.
Sam's laundromat. Okay.
And he had this contract that says it's for me. But apparently, your sister knows something that's on this contract that was signed that makes me very nervous.
Well, I mean, she works in contracts, so I think she would know to look out for stuff in them.
Well, I didn't sign this contract, so I mean, it's not like, I mean, the devils, they're lawful evil, so it's like I didn't sign this, so I don't think I can be hit with something. But I'm curious what could be on there.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a good thing to find out.
Yes, Rosie's dead.
From what I know about illusory scripts, you would need true sight to see the message.
You got any friends?
Rosie.
We determined this
I do
earlier.
not.
Nobody has any friends.
Right.
I can't remember. Do any of us in the party know he has true sight? I can't remember if we figured that out or not.
Wait,
We
who
know
has true
that-
sight?
I think.
Ida has true sight. That's
Yeah,
how
we
they
do
see
know that.
through Rosie.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So they'd be like, yeah, I can't see through it, but I know.
You mean the guy that we were just talking about that we don't want to get on the wrong side of?
Just
Yeah,
hand it
that
to-
guy.
Just hand it to Rosie, and Rosie can go talk to her dad. Hey, Dad.
He can.
I got this
release
laundromat contract.
My friend has this
from your
contract.
people.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how not to accidentally get him killed. We're on the wrong side of things.
And Dan, just for some clarification, the only reason I'm on this plane is because of the Devil Mafia. So
Like they got you a job here, or
yeah, pretty much, yeah. So
kidnapped and shipped you here, like human trafficking.
they offered a very good deal, and it wasn't, and now I'm not with them.
Oh, okay. So you used to be in the fold then.
More like slavery, but yeah.
So not one of them, but working for them.
Yeah.
Unwilling. Got it. Okay, sure. Yeah, that well, that happens.
Oh, okay.
That's a bummer.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they offer deals you just can't refuse.
I mean, the contract looked good.
They're supposed to.
Well, clearly there's invisible writing that they don't tell you about. So that sucks. Sorry to hear.
But yeah, there's a reason you don't see a lot of my people around. They're not from around here.
Right.
I don't think there's a lot of Shadow
Underground.
Kai on this plane.
Right.
Shadow Kai don't go underground.
The dark elves do, right?
Yeah,
You're
that's
a
true.
dark elf.
I'm not okay. All right, take this back. Trying to have a serious conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm fucking.
But no. Yeah, there's. Yeah, I'm not originally from here, and yeah, I've been here for quite a while.
Are you from a completely different world? Like, did you come by ship,
Oh,
or,
yeah.
or was it like a?
The Devil Mafia imported many workers from my plane.
Got it. Because I might be mistaken here, but I'm under the impression that there is a shadow Fortuna, on the other side of things. Wasn't sure if that was where you were from or not.
No. I'm from Gloomrod,
Gloomrod.
which is Shadowfell.
Is it just all Shadowfell, or is there like a normal side of your world too?
No, I was from the city of Gloomrod in Shadowfell.
Dan's just
Well-
nodding like, yep, I understand.
I wasn't in the city. I was more like, begging on the streets. It's fine. No, it's fine. We can talk later. It's fine. There's a
No,
lot.
I mean, honestly, I'd be curious to hear, because I don't know a lot about the planes myself. Like that.
There's
I have not
like,
hit that scope in my research of
when
like,
she brought up vampire, there's one reason I don't want to work with vampires. There's vampires around there too, and
I mean, no, I can fully understand why like 2/3 of the party wouldn't want to deal with vampires. Like I get it.
Probably
I just
5, 6. Well,
no,
4,
like
yeah,
no,
yeah, 2/3.
seriously,
Yeah,
me-
you're right. Yeah, 2/3.
Me and AAA, like I said, I feel like we have an opportunity with the two of us.
I
Like, we
just
can-
always see AAA with Flesh, so like
but he's not at all.
No, yeah,
even
exactly.
remotely fleshy. Yeah, no, like
I'm
he and
just
I are
I'm just imagining a vampire trying to bite into AAA.
like a dog gnawing on a bone.
Yeah, see, I think the thing I hate most about like going with the vampires is that if you guys like we fuck up by somehow, like the people that are gonna get all the consequences are not the two people that are like, yeah, let's do this.
Good point.
That's
It's gonna
true.
be everybody else that's like, nah, let's not do this. But they're like, yeah, we're not made of anything. We're fine.
That's why like the two of us will be the faces.
Yeah,
of the
but they'll
fucking
figure
vampires.
out about the rest of us.
And then one of them
Yeah.
pisses off Dan and he kills him.
Exactly. And then we're like,
And then we're all like, okay, great.
They bit my other sister. The one you haven't met
Hey,
yet.
fuck with my family, guys. They all gotta die.
this is how David's gonna get us to all team wipe one time. He's just gonna keep getting Dan's family.
Somebody else write a fucking backstory.
Some of us don't write novels for backstories.
I didn't. I just rolled an 8 when it came to siblings. What do you want from me?
I want you to stop killing everyone.
I have one of the lowest.
Says the
body counts
person
in cards.
That
Thank
has
you.
the highest kill rate.
Yeah.
No choice.
look, I have a gun, all right.
It's just easy to kill things with a gun.
It's just so easy. Just point and pull the trigger. They die immediately. It's amazing.
Exactly. Don't put this on Rosie. You guys involved her in this, okay?
Hey,
She had
technically, Bruno's body count went up by 1 because of the bag.
True.
I feel like the
Well,
badge got his own count.
Yeah, is that really Bruno's body
Hey,
count?
fuck you guys. You want to carry the bag? You can carry the bag.
What?
Sure, give it
I
to
can
Rosie.
feed
She'll
it
just get
my
the
fuzzy
most
balls.
Gary loves talking about his fuzzy balls.
And his cockroaches.
And his
Yep.
cock.
All right, this is going nowhere fast.
All right. Anyways, so Gary and I come back to the warehouse.
Yes.
Rosie's
We're setting up a ping pong table.
It's just in the center of this giant.
There is a phone, a
Giant
table, and a ping pong table right
Yeah.
in the middle.
It's made out of 2 oil drums and a piece of particle board.
Yes.
Yep. We use our hands. We don't have any paddles.
You have 2x4s.
The net in the middle is actually just a 2x4 setup.
I mean, it works. That would work.
Table to table.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, well, we're back.
Welcome back.
Nina was very informative.
Yeah, how is Nina, Dan?
She's good. She's good.
Concerning, but good.
She knows a lot.
Gary was not ready for part of that conversation. It's fine though. It's not a big deal. Although we do need to find someone who can read his contract for him.
Yeah, Rez, she said that she knew about my contract and that I should read there's a magical script on it. I don't know how she knew.
Nina knows a lot.
I look at you and I look at Dan, I'm like, there's something. People are not talking.
Well, I worked with Dan before.
She's a useful source of information. She knows things. I don't pry too much into her work, and she helps me out. But yeah, so contract's an issue. But we do have the names of a couple groups we can talk to about moving goods and potentially cleaning up messes, should the need arise.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have anything to clean up at the moment.
No,
For the warehouse.
but I figured it'd be good to have for next time. So, yeah, Mighty Maids, cleaners, and movers on short notice, and Octavian's Inferno for everything else.
And at the Mighty Maids, don't piss off Gertrude.
Yeah, that was the one bit of advice we got about them.
Explicitly said.
Very specific.
Not to piss off who?
Yeah,
Gertrude.
Yeah.
Gertrude.
Um,
We have no other
also,
context other than that.
Asked her about vampires. Apparently, they are attacking people at night as early as 7 or 8 p.m. So
It's barely night,
that's what I
especially
said.
in the summer.
Seriously. So yeah, don't go anywhere alone. All you fleshy types in the room, if you can help it, and keep some garlic on you.
That's what the gabagool's for, right, Dan?
I mean, it's what it would be for if I was eating regularly. But yeah, so garlic. Fun.
It's crazy that
Put it on the
works.
shopping list.
Mm-hmm. Rosie here?
I think she's not, apparently.
No, because I said when they left, I left to go work on magic items.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, she went
Hey,
back to her
Bean.
apartment.
Got it. Well, we can fill her in later. So her dad apparently is like second in commands.
Man, I bet Rosie would love to know this.
Why are any of us alive?
Because she's still alive.
To her credit, she has been charitable in her descriptions of our activities with her father. So, I think
I'm willing to wager he knows exactly what the fuck is happening.
that's probably a safe bet. Yeah, Nina
How
says
much?
that his people have chopped folks up and dispersed them across the plains, as we have done.
Mm.
So,
Maybe he sees up and comers and a little bit of us in him or something. I don't fucking.
We've got chutzpah.
I feel like he's hoping Rosie takes the reins on this operation.
Probably. Like, oh, my girl's gotta start from the bottom. She's gotta
Work her way up,
to-
start her own crew.
work with the dipshits before she gets to the good weight. You know what I meant?
You're not wrong.
I'm going to assume that was meant affectionately, Bruno.
Yes.
Insight.
No, I would totally roll an insight on that one.
Dan doesn't have fucking insight. Does he?
You're not here, though, thankfully.
I know. You guys can just talk all behind Rosie's back.
But yeah,
All
so
the ways you're gonna make it up to her.
Right, so what happened with Leon?
Michael did not pick up the phone, but my plan is to have him move in with Michael.
Okay.
Have you met Michael?
I don't actually remember. I probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
It would have
Michael's not tied
been
to
like a
business.
mention maybe, but probably not.
You might have heard about him
What?
in the
What's that?
context of me selling like the last of my torso to put in rehab,
Mm.
but that would have been about as much as I said about him.
Okay. Well, I guess the loose ends are tied up right now.
Well,
As far as we know, yeah.
as much as they can be until
We got a contract to
yeah.
look at, and I think Rosie's. Everybody's sneezing.
Excuse me.
I think Rosie is pretty adamant that she wants to finish up working on these magic items over the next few weeks.
You think I
Um,
should, someone should drop off the bag? So it stops
The
screaming
bag's
at
gonna
me?
take like a whole month in itself, just as a warning.
the bag will take time. I've got 3 days left, I think, on this fucking bug bomb, just to make sure that we're clean when we talk. So I can wrap that up and start helping her with all that shit once it's ready.
Well, do we want to look at the contract, or do we want to switch to downtime?
I mean, I think if there's a way to look at the contract, is there a?
It's going
is
through
there
IDEX.
like,
It's
Is there-
IDEX the only I got,
you don't think there's like a magic shop that offers a service?
No, we could break into a magic shop if you really want.
No, we don't.
We could steal some.
We could just pay for a service.
Mm,
Just give it to Rosie. She'll go get the information.
could do some scouting.
Oh my
Case
god,
joy.
Rosie stops by the warehouse. Hey guys, I forgot something. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, Rosie, hey.
Hi.
We just got back.
Bruno, did you want me to
Why you out of
work on
breath?
that bag?
You want me to what?
They're talking about something.
Oh, you want to look in the bag?
I can.
Shit.
I don't know how long because I think it might drive me.
Give me food. Ooh.
I need silence casted on that bag.
Honestly, that might be cheaper than just fixing him.
They get an enchantment of silence on like 1 foot around the bag.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Possible.
Are you actually?
Chant it with silence.
Yeah, like a mini silence bubble around the bag.
Probably doable.
I can ask Ida to help me. I know he knows silence. Be like, hey, do you help me? Make this bag shut the
Oh, I can't learn silence. Never mind. I can't help you. You're on your own.
You can't learn silence as a
That's
wizard.
not a wizard spell. No.
Weird.
That is a bit odd.
That is apparently a bard cleric
Sorcerers
ranger,
can learn it.
bard cleric ranger, and then some versions of
Gary
sorcerer.
can learn silence.
I could.
He learns silence by shooting them in the jugular.
Yeah, that's usually my silence.
Silence.
Is Rosie actually stopping by so I can hand the contract over, or do we need to go to Rosie?
No, I actually went back. Because I feel like she'd be like, oh, wait, I don't have everybody's magic items. She's like, I'm going to go work on them. And then she's like, oh, fuck, I left them all.
Oops.
That ADHD kicking in.
Yep.
So she would have come back to pick up all the magic items that needed to be worked on.
Oh, hey, Rosie.
Rosie's
All right, so we break in. Oh, Rosie.
I said, calm down.
We're being calm. Look
No,
at us.
you're
We're
not.
playing ping pong.
Yeah, we got ping pong.
Yes. Ping pong.
We got a ping pong. We got a board full of X's and pictures.
Can I just have
But-
the magic items? And then you guys can go to cahooting your evil thingies, okay?
Yeah, hey, Rosie, question for you.
Yes.
Supposing that we had a magical contract pinned
Suppose.
by
Did you
father's,
sign one? Are you done?
pinned by your father's organization, would he be willing to read the illusory print for us?
Potentially I could ask him.
Here you go.
Gary does not want this thing, clearly.
All right.
He is
I
so
just
willing
want
to
the
give it
answers. I would like answers.
away. Take it. I don't want it.
She'll
He has
take
the
it.
cockroach walking over.
All right. I can ask him. All right. Cool.
Good luck with that.
Ping pong?
Also, your dad might be second in command from the Devil Mafia.
I feel like her eyes would be like, just get really wide. She's
Just gonna drop that on her. Good job.
I'll be honest, I was excited. I was curious to see her reaction.
You know, that's a much calmer reaction than I
She
expected.
looks surprised.
Give it a second. She's processing.
what do you mean?
There it is.
Pops up. What do you mean he's second man? He's not second in command. No freaking way. Why didn't he say anything? What the? And she's just popping off.
I mean, look, I'm just saying what I heard. You know, the rumor is, he's up there. Apparently, he has people chopped up and scattered
She's
across
like-
the plain like we do. So you got that in common with him now. That's cool.
Father like daughter.
Yeah.
Fucked him up. That's
There's something to
terrifying.
discuss with them.
What?
You have more things to discuss with them then.
Do you know how many of his things that I took apart and then he found it in a heap and then I had to put it back together and then I put it back together wrong and he was like, Rosie, yeah, I need you to fix this. It was a bad time. He got very frustrated with me sometimes in my childhood. Okay? I don't like
But he never chopped you up, which means he clearly loves you.
she's like, I don't know if I want to put that to the test anymore. That's spooky.
You guys can bond over it.
She'll just
He's
next time
chopped up
when
people.
she goes see
You
him,
guys
she's
have
like,
something new in common.
she's just like, so Dad, you love me, right? would never chop me up into little pieces, would you?
You told about Drac, right?
I'd love you to bits.
If you said that to her, she'd be like,
I feel like he probably has.
just fucking white face. That's what her reaction would be like.
Love you to bits is a threat in your household.
All right, I guess then I'll just meander my way over to Idix.
Good
Wait,
luck.
what time is it?
You guys have been doing stuff throughout the day. It's probably like a little bit afternoon.
Okay. Because he wakes up like early evening, right? To get ready
Correct.
for work. Okay, so then I will go home, leave him a message, work on some magic items, and then I will make dinner. Like, I'll leave him a message to let him know I'm coming by. And then I'll make dinner and bring dinner over with me. Less incentive to kill me because I cook good food, right?
You got to roll to see how good it is.
She'll make
Very
she'll
proficient
make
with
really
cooking.
good food. I am.
Otherwise, what's the point of Carmine as a feed?
She'll make like a cake. She'll make like his favorite meal and bring it over.
It seems like something you probably did in the past as well when you messed up.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
Hey, Debbie.
I just found out something.
Oh, no.
I just want to make sure.
What have you done now?
Oh yeah, she'll make his like favorite meal and like favorite dessert and like bring that over. So actually, no, she's not making magic items. She's making food all afternoon.
Okay.
But that's what I'll do.
So you leave the message, make that while you're just mulling everything over in your head. And does anyone else have anything to do in the meantime?
I can work on spell research and magic item fixing.
Are we talking like downtime, or are we
We're
talking
getting
right?
we're getting close to that. We're probably going to have to see how this conversation with Rosie and her papa go.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it should go fine, right, David?
We'll find out.
Uh-oh.
Is this the session where Rosa gets chopped up into bits?
We'll find out.
Uh-oh. David, stop it. I'm unhappy.
So, yeah, takes you a little bit. What do you make him? That's a good question.
What is his favorite food? Because I feel like I would know what his favorite meals are and stuff, right?
Well, given he's your dad, what would you like?
I don't know, maybe a fancy fish dish or something? Let me look up something.
Fancy feast.
Fancy food. Because I feel like he likes fancy stuff.
Fancy feast for
Caviar.
kitties?
Maybe it's like some seared scallops on like a seafood risotto, like a side of asparagus. And then she'll make like a key lime pie or some shit like that to go with it.
Very
Citrus
nice.
and fish go together very well.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he loves the 1930s classic or 1940s classic of lime jello and carrots with mayonnaise on top.
No, that's not what she made.
Delicious.
She made exactly what I just told you, David. No,
I just got to thinking, like, what were some of the like
weird.
fancy foods back in the day?
Gelatin is all the rage.
They were
It was. There was actually a boom for it, and people were like
Wasn't
just
that-
making all sorts of weird things with it.
Wasn't that like 1950s though? Or was that 1920s?
Well, I think the setting is kind of like 19.
It's 1920s through 50s, basically.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it
It's
was
just a
it was in
mishmash.
the 30s for what it's worth. The
Mhm.
Jello boom
That's what I thought.
was in
Mm.
1930s.
Alright, so she makes all that food and then puts it all in gelatin.
Exactly.
He accidentally puts the contract in gelatin. Oh, fuck.
Does true sight work through gelatin?
Yes, it's gelatin.
I'd say yes, it's true sight.
Okay.
We have a whole bunch of pages.
Jello is the true sight equivalent of lead.
Yeah, of course.
So, anyways, you make him a very nice, fancy meal, and you head on over to Papa's house. You know that he would probably be home by now. You knock on the door. He opens up. Oh, well, hello, Rosie. I got your message.
Dad. She's trying not to be sketchy loud. But she is.
Looks like you brought something. Ooh, I can smell it. What did you make?
I made the seared
As he
scallops
invites you in.
and risotto and a key lime pie.
And he's just like, those are some of my... Wait a minute. What do you want to know?
Nothing. Well, I guess there's like one thing, but
You didn't get into trouble with another mafia, did you?
Well, a syndicate, but
she's like, I hope not. I think that'd be her response. It shouldn't be anything. It was more of a personal thing that got taken care of, I would say. So hopefully no.
He quickly peeks his head out the door into the hallway and just kind of scans the environment before he closes the door. Then I
That's
guess
not
you'll
really
have
me.
to tell me all about it.
They're more of after Dan. So,
Oh, that poor fellow.
yeah, he likes killing people.
Needs to learn how to do it cleaner.
Yeah.
how much cleaner could it have been?
There was a room full of people, Jake.
It was bloodless.
Oh, we did find a different way to dispose of bodies. So, I figured that. It's working very well. I actually kind of recommend it. Keeps
What,
yourself-
teleporting them to another plane of existence?
Well, we got a bag of devouring.
Look at you. That would do it. Make sure you don't reach your arm into that one thinking it's a bag of holding.
Oh, no. It's really hard not to. He doesn't shut up. Do you want to see him? And she'll pull it out of the bag. I'll just start popping off.
Oh, I smell food. Good food. Can I eat that? Can I eat that? Can I eat him? Can I eat you yet? Please, please, please.
He tucks it back in. That's our bag.
I take it you got that from the discount place I sent you to?
Yeah. You didn't have any fond opinions of said discount place, did you?
And his he just kind of tilts his head down looking at you. That was you, wasn't it? I should have known. Yes, I got along with him quite well.
Oh. Heck, it wasn't really my idea to be fair.
I knew such things like this would happen when my little baby went out into the world of crime, but
I'm going to miss that stinky dwarf.
They grow up so fast.
it was a good way to get a hold of magic items.
Yeah, well, he wanted a lot for the bag. We didn't want to pay for it. So, everyone made it really clear, even though we technically had the money for it.
That is going to catch up with you all if you keep doing such things.
Oh no, I'm trying to tell everyone to calm the fuck down. And take a freaking breather. Because we're gonna get caught at this freaking rate.
Yes, you are. Now, before any of that food gets cold, what is it you came here to tell me about?
Oh, so my friend, the dark elf, I guess is the easiest way to describe him, right?
Oh, yeah, scary.
Yeah, Gary. Okay, so you already know him. Perfect. He recently found out about this, and she'll pull up the contract. And seeing, we just want to make sure we don't accidentally step on any toes. Because he technically didn't sign it, so he wants to make sure whatever is on it, he can, like, he knows what's on it and stuff. Because we know there's other stuff on it. Please. Pretty please.
He kind of sits down quickly, kind of giving you a look, and takes the scroll and furls it out onto the table, and you can see his left eye starts to glow just ever so slightly as he's reading it through. Where did you find it?
We found it in the safe at the laundromat that he now owns. Because his, what was Gary's, like, foster father? Zane?
Zane.
Yeah, Zane used to own, but something happened to Zane. Believed murder of some sort.
And you can tell his face is going a little red. Excuse me one moment, Rosie. And he walks over to a phone and dials a number real quick, and you hear him just very quickly talking.
Can I hear what he's saying?
So he kind of is just got his back turned to you. So I'd say give me a perception to see if you can listen into it. He's speaking softly as he's saying this.
I'm gonna use lucky.
All right.
So that was a 4. Okay, so that's a 13, and I believe it's a +3. So 16.
15. Okay. Yeah, you would be able to make out this pretty clearly. Mira has been having trouble with pests. See that their house is exterminated. And he hangs up.
Guys, we just got people killed.
Really like, oh shit, okay.
That's his interesting piece of paper you've got there.
Yep. She's very quiet now. More low-key.
Here, have some more scallops.
Here, are you hungry? You want my food too? Here, have pie. Do you want some wine? Let's not get murderous, right?
And you can see he's definitely not in a good mood right now. And he says, "Sorry, dear, my appetite has lost me for a brief bit. I can just put it in the fridge and it will reheat. I do apologize for not being able to eat it hot, but contract has kind of made me a bit ill to the stomach."
I'm sorry. She's just not even eating her food after hearing that phone call. She's like, "You can have mine."
He's just kind of poking at the food briefly. You can tell he's very distracted right now, and he keeps glancing at the contract every now and then. He doesn't really eat much of anything, and it's just kind of a very quiet, awkward dinner.
That's cool. Probably Rosie's doing the same thing. She's just kind of poking at. Don't murder me, please, Pop Pop. I'm not scared, I promise.
And after like a antagonizingly, awkwardly long dinner of like 30 minutes, you hear the phone ring, and he immediately, like, he looked like he was starting to relax, but it's just like boom, immediately he's getting up and walking towards the phone, and you just hear a few words. Yes. Is it done? Good. And the phone hangs up. He hangs up on the phone. And he sits down. Oh, that's one thing that's been done for the night. Feel a little better now.
Seems a little more.
He takes a scalp, starts eating.
Rosie's still poking her food.
Well, suppose you're probably going to want to tell Gary a few things.
Okay. What
Whoever wrote this,
Okay.
whoever wrote this, well, I know who wrote this, but that is no longer a problem.
Was it the... Never mind. Continue.
This was not one of our contracts. It was made to look like one.
No. Huh. So there's no ties to y'all then?
Well, that's the problem. It's written in such a way most would see it as ours, and we are, unfortunately, legally obligated.
Oh.
But you can tell your friend his old buddy Zane will be stopping by sometime next week or so.
Okay. So he's not dead?
He won't be for much longer.
Okay, well that's some sorry. That's some good news. Okay.
Not when we're the ones who have to foot the bill now.
Good news for Gary then?
He gets his job back.
I get my lifelong friend and a job.
He can retire from crime. Go back to laundry.
And just have 15,000 in the bank or whatever.
This is a lucrative month.
So is there anything like specific that he shouldn't do or anything that was written in this to avoid any problems?
Well, the problem is the front of this is a bit of a farce. There's not all of it is legally binding.
Mm.
But it is, to most, it is going to appear legally binding, so to not draw any attention, we may have to build back that laundromat.
Rosie's just like...
Wasn't he expecting it to be rebuilt?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be built by them, is what he's saying. That's why Rosie's just sitting there awkwardly now, like, at least it's only a laundromat, right? You know? Could be like a building like this. Yay.
That would be great if it wasn't insured.
Rosie's just gonna shut up.
Zane will be a very rich man after this. And as soon as Amira spills the beans, we'll know who we need to look out for.
Sounds good.
Well, Rosie, this has been a delightful dinner.
I'm so sorry. I don't.
I do need to be on my way to work.
All right. You don't chop up people in little bits and shoot them into the astral plane, do you? She just fucking verbal diarrhea. Just boom. Then she's like, "You're not like second in command." No, sorry. Anyways, lovely dinner.
ADHD brain. It's crazy.
Yeah, just.
And as he's getting on like his suit and buttoning it up, he just kind of quickly glances to you as he's buttoning it up. Never get your own hands dirty, Rosie, if you can. Advice from Papa.
I love you too. I'm gonna go.
Well, that was informative.
Okay. Cool. Rose is gonna out of there. All right, that's it. That's all I had. I'll go tell Gary everything.
What the fuck?
Rosie, you're really straightforward.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go somewhere now. Bye, guys.
All right.
Take garlic with you.
What?
Take garlic.
Rosie goes to the club. She's gonna go drink herself into a tizzy again.
We need to find that Alcoholics Anonymous plane.
Rosie needs to cope, okay? She learned about alcohol.
This is weird. So you told all of us about what you're okay.
So you get Zane back,
And the laundromat.
but that means you're not the
But
owner?
I still have. Yeah, and I don't know why he would like. I don't know. He's just a laundromat. I've known him for many years. I have no idea what his other offering. I knew his main business was the laundromat. We just did laundry.
You just did laundry.
I mean, that was pretty good. But I mean, he took me in at a low time, so he was. Like I said, I got out of the Devil Mafia's shit. I told Dan this. Yeah, I was with the Devil or I was under Devil Mafia's contract, and I got out of that thanks to Zane.
I mean, it sounds like... I mean, is there any chance that the contract you were under was fake? Because
No.
apparently pretty convincing contracts can be made that the Devil Mafia has to uphold.
I mean, when I was propositioned to, sign the contract, it was literally under the Devil Mafia. They had me in their warehouse, and with all the other slave labor that they would use to build their buildings and shit. I got out of that, and now I'm. And then Zane took me in, and I was all good.
Well, looks like you walked yourself into a nice career path that
Exactly.
seemingly pays out very well.
I got food pretty much. I mean, it wasn't too bad.
I think you're about to learn a lot more to the laundry business.
If you're talking about cleaning blood, I'm pretty used to that as well.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I'm saying you don't know, we don't know, but you are about to know.
Yes. That's very confusing, though.
Do you know what
Zane must
happened to
have been a
Zane's
powerful man.
body?
I assume that the cops took it because I got out of the laundromat when it was burned down, and I saw a gunshot wound through his head.
Because if it was destroyed, this could be very expensive for the Devil Mafia.
But why would that's my curiosity is why would Zane be that important based off of what I know of him?
Well, I guess you can ask him when he gets here.
I mean, Lucius wasn't exactly important, but he had a fucking resurrection clause in his protection contract with the Orc Mafia.
Also, given that the contract was fake, he doesn't have to have actually been important. Whoever gave him that contract could have just set it up and been a nobody as well.
Question is, why would somebody do that? What are they gaining out of it?
I mean, if you're good at
Yeah.
faking documents, you can get a
The
few
Devil
thousand
Mafia.
gold out of someone.
Sure, but like Devil Mafia writes their contracts, right? Like they write their own documents. You don't bring a contract to them; they write it for you.
Right.
So this guy is in the Devil Mafia, and he gives Zane great terms for whatever fucking reason.
No,
I don't
think
he was in.
I think here's what happened. Somebody is forging documents to the point where the Devil Mafia is willing, or whatever fucking D-Mafia is willing to uphold it for us. Probably because...
So this isn't actually a Devil Mafia contract.
No, this
It
is a
didn't
forge.
sound- although I don't know who was on.
No,
the,
they
who
know
talked
who.
on the phone then.
Nina recognized it as
The
Well, she
Devil
thought
Mafia
it was
contract.
real too, but so did everybody.
But then Daddy took a look and know who did the forging and got them taken care of.
So this could have either could have been someone in the Devil Mafia like just doing like shady contracts on the side, or it could have been someone affiliated with the Devil Mafia but not in the group. But like it was a super good deal because it was a fake non-approved contract basically. That's what it sounds like.
what does that mean for Zane long term?
I think they see him as also a victim of this crime, so he's probably coming back and going into retirement.
Is he a victim though, or is he a major benefactor?
It's
What? You're mixing up terms here. He's the benefactor of the contract,
Right.
but he's a victim of the forged contract.
well, I was the benefactor of the contract.
Both of you.
What does the contract say?
It says that
He takes over.
I take over the business.
Where is
that'll
this about
read-
Zane getting resurrected then?
That has
in
to
the
be
script that we couldn't
in
see.
the script.
Oh.
So, who would have ever seen that?
The guy who wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like no one else would have seen that.
I mean,
That's not
he
fair.
could have shown
Why?
Zane.
Why would Zane be considered a victim of a contract that guarantees his resurrection in the event of his death?
No, he's a victim of a forged
I
contract.
don't know that he's a victim, though. I feel like he might be a co-conspirator.
We're basing off the fact we don't know if he knows it was fake.
Considering how much he benefits, I would be very surprised if he did know.
I would say I'm
Because
willing to.
why would anyone go to that trouble of forging devil contract?
Because it
So
was
is there
probably
some-
cheaper with this person who Zane probably didn't know was forging was just offering a cheaper product, wanted a cheaper product, got the cheaper product, and turns out it's not real.
Zane
Okay,
could have
so
been involved.
You're saying he meant to buy a resurrection thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just went to the wrong person.
He went to the person with the cheapest product.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, he could have been involved, but they are apparently legally obligated to get him back regardless.
Yeah, it's weird that clause is hidden in illusory script. You know, like that feels like the kind of stuff Devil Mafia typically tries to hide their shady shit in, right? Which makes me wonder. Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking weird.
There's a bunch of details we don't know. So we're basing just all off assumption that, and from what we know, he knows who the forger was. The forger is now taken care of, and they're tying up their loose ends.
It's weird.
I mean, it is really weird, but
It's a weird situation.
And blah blah blah, contracts sacred, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
well,
Something gifted horse in the mouth.
who wants to sit around for a month?
Or at least until the syndicate coach shows up.
Yeah, are we sure we don't want to like reach out first so that they don't show up with guns? Just open dialogue quick and say like, hey, we know we're on your list now, let's talk.
But how do we? Oh, I guess we do have the sending.
No, we got rid
No,
of
we
it.
don't. We got
Yeah, we destroyed that. Oh yeah, you weren't there. You were at your house.
I mean, we could
They're
have.
driving home. Um. hmm. I think I'd rather get Leon out of town first before.
We touch base.
Yeah.
I mean, we can tackle all of that in the magic of downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
There's one other thing I was gonna bring up.
Oh boy.
From what I saw in the attack on Zane, it looked to be done by the Devil Mafia.
That's hilarious.
Why?
I don't know.
So the Devil Mafia
That's-
has to
that
resurrect
is the
someone they want to kill.
That they killed? That's why I'm the most confused. That's why I didn't bring it up earlier, because it put a very big wrench into this.
So you're not a big fan of the Devil Mafia, Gary.
No, I'm not a fan of most mafias, but the Devil Mafia is top of the list. And there's some loose ends there.
That would have been good to know before we went to see me the other day. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, at least she told us about the script. It seems like she's on your side, at least.
I mean, she's family.
Yeah, my family is also under contract with the Devil Mafia, and I do not know where they are.
Okay, real quick. She's part of the Devil Mafia. So how the hell did she know it was Gary's, even though it was technically not a Devil Mafia contract? How did she know about that?
That's the
Maybe
thing.
she just got killed on the phone.
What's your sister's name again?
Nina.
Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there because
What was the name he said on the phone?
Miri? Mira?
it was like Mira.
Could be a code name.
That's Almost
He said
Nina.
Amira. Amira.
And that was the name on the contract, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that was
Wait,
it was signed by
Amira was the fucking magic item forger.
yes,
It's all coming
because there
together.
was her name was on the like one of the cloaks that we found at the strip club or something
Yeah,
like
Correct.
It's all coming together.
that. I'm still curious about
Is
the
it-
whole devil mafia killing their own person then resurrecting him.
Let's
That's
ask
why
him.
this is the thing. I feel like it's some sort of insurance fraud situation. That's why I'm like, this is like a staged killing, and now he's cashing out.
That's quite likely.
Well, I guess we'll find out once he's resurrected.
Yep.
We can get the
Yes.
information out of him.
Hey, buddy, did you commit insurance fraud?
No,
I would
we'll
never.
capture him, interrogate him, and torture him first.
Oh well, you don't need to do that. He's Zane. He's nice. He's a great guy. Likes puppies.
My
Loves
God.
dogs.
Good to know.
No, he doesn't eat
That's
dogs.
good to know.
Tell us how you
You
commit insurance fraud, or we're gonna kill this sack of dogs.
Then he's gonna John Wick our ass. I'll be the end game boss.
Oh god. Being hunted by an unkillable fucking laundromat owner.
Now that's a scoop.
That's pretty crazy.
I feel like. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it's just like the cost of resurrection is much more than you get in insurance from a shitty laundromat.
Why don't we talk to Zane about it once
Yeah,
he's
I
back?
know.
Or we could just
It's
spend another
confusing.
hour speculating on this thing that's about to happen.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, since he's specifically told to come to us and give us a visit.
But he doesn't know where we are. I'll probably be
You know where he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Or somebody's daddy already knows what property we're fucking renting.
No, we went through a secure source. Right?
And there's
Right,
some
Rez?
guy I knew.
It is Tony.
I did with the fucking fake mustache.
Yeah.
And we're also talking about second in command.
Yeah, not first.
He didn't get there by being a fucking nobody.
Yeah, that's concerning. Anyways.
I think let's take a quick break here because I gotta pee, and it's 10:30, so that's about a little past our break time. So let's just take a break. Gives us time to think things over, and then we can resume afterwards if that sounds good to everybody.
Yeah.
Switching to break.
right.
All right, stream's back.
Stream is back. All right. So there have been some revelations, some discussions. What is the parties, or what are you guys all doing right now? I know you guys were discussing a lot of things. We're looking towards a brief downtime, time skip kind of thing. But what all do you want to get cleared up first?
I think most stuff is cleared up, right? I mean, the stuff that we can clear up. Unless Dan wants to investigate to see if his family's still alive.
I mean, I'll probably check in on with him at some point during downtime. Sure.
I know we were gonna touch base with the syndicate. We're waiting to talk to Zane. And then we can also touch base with Dan's family.
I'm just waiting for downtime for some background stuff.
I guess we're switching to downtime, DM.
Sounds more like uptime for AAA.
It's going to be boring, like info gathering stuff that I got to do in the background. It's not something good during normal campaign.
Okay.
Fair.
Sounds good. So if everyone is good with the state of things, we will shift to downtime mode. So what all is going to go down over the coming month? Yes, like Yadak was talking about. Oh, excuse me. Zane will be brought back to life, and we'll meet you guys here. So this, he said, it would take about a week or so. So yeah, within the first week, you guys have been laying low in the warehouse, only occasionally going out on rarity for food, basically, and more or less just pulling yourselves up, working on getting the magic items made. Dan, you would have your bug bomb wand made.
Hey.
And yeah, it's pretty much more or less like what we discussed. And I think you were going to try and just learn the spell, learn it as a spell.
The bug bomb? Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be doable. Doesn't take you too long. You made the spell from scratch into a wand. It doesn't take you too long to write it down in your book. So you would have that available. Then from that point, I think one of your guys' magic items that you've been working on would be repaired at this point. Which would have been the main one that you guys were working on. I know Dan and Rosie were working on them.
I think Rosie was the one that had the most available time.
Yeah. I mean,
As
you're on
far as I
downtime. You
know-
guys got a bunch of time.
As far as I know, both of the magic items that I had were already fixed. Or only one of them was broken, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
A lot of them had problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently one of mine was actually not. One of them didn't have problems. The other one did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I fixed the cloak of protection and Gary's
Ring of warmth or ring of fire resistance. One of the two.
Yeah.
One of them was bad.
The ring of warmth just kept you warm, but didn't really offer any benefits or resistances.
If
But
it's
now
fixed, it gets cold resistance.
Yeah, and I believe that's the one that was fixed.
Yeah, I believe that one just kept you warm, but wouldn't give you any resistance. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
equivalent
it
to
gives me
another.
resistance.
Exactly.
And I'm fine with my thieving gloves appearing when they're wet.
Are you sure? Someone could know you're wearing gloves.
What if you're sweaty?
That's water, ain't it?
Yeah, so it's. I think people have a good idea of what I am now.
Okay, so you guys would be able to complete one of the magic items and go from there. And then next step will be, let's see, roll here on that.
Counter table?
No.
3 Panthers.
I just want to like clean up and make my corner in the warehouse. That's all my downtime.
Bruno's got a nice, tidy little corner in the warehouse that he's working on. Let's see. D100.
I can roll a D100 for you.
You got a D100?
16.
16. How do I know that wasn't just a D20?
Because I rolled a D10 and a D10, but one of them was a percentile.
Oh, shit. All right. 16,
I may have
Okay.
doomed us. Guys.
So, you guys are more or less just staying in your warehouse, and all of a sudden, there's a quick triple knock.
Those goes.
I'll go
Touching my
answer it.
nose. Oh wait, I don't have a nose.
I'll answer the damn door.
Clay doesn't have a nose either. This is unfair.
The guy
Answer the
that has
goddamn door.
the guy that has the highest bounty be the one that answers the door.
No.
Good question.
I turn into not the guy with the highest bounty.
Brungo. That's okay.
There's Bronco. He came back. Okay. So, you come up to the door and open up, just kind of crack a peek, and you see this kind of older looking dwarf with kind of like a light grays in his thick beard, kind of like this shock of red hair, tied up into a ponytail in the back. He looks pretty muscular. And he's just kind of wearing commoner's clothes right now. He's got a pack on him right now, and he says, "I was told Gary was here. Is he
Who's
here by
asking?
chance?"
Who's asking?
Zane.
Oh, hell's yeah. Come on in. Gary, Zane's here.
I never actually put a race for him, so I guess he's
You did.
a dwarf.
You did put
I
a
did?
race. Yes.
Did I put a race for him?
You did.
Huh.
Pete, you're muted.
Wait.
I thought you told us about him. Anyway.
Wait.
I'll post it in private chat for you.
Thank you.
But. Oh yeah, but yeah, I didn't put a race though.
Yes, you did. It says right there.
What? Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just read that as like the common like man, not human. Yeah. I thought you said dwarf. That's why I was confused.
I did say dwarf.
Wait, okay. Now I'm very confused. All right.
You see this short, just kind of stacked dwarf just walking over, opening up his arms as he's taking off his backpack. Hey, Gary, how are you doing?
You don't look like Zane.
Yeah, bit of a story, that.
I'm not.
I'll put my hand out to shake his hand to see if it's the same shake.
I mean, he's going to shake his hand in the same way.
It feels like if a human did it, but as a dwarf. All right.
You can tell all that?
I'm great at handshakes.
Interesting.
You got to get a good look of the customer, so that way you know how to fix their clothes properly. Got to know the wear that they do.
What's going on?
Aye, about that. And he just kind of hops up on the ping pong table and sits.
Well, careful.
That's not stable.
What's the worst that could happen to me?
Those drums under are full of toxic waste.
He just kind of scoots more towards the middle. Well, looks like I was, what I've gathered, used for a insurance claim. Looks like they paid out pretty good. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to visit you.
But
Figured for looking after everything so well that getting my laundromat built back.
is it back? Yeah, I guess. Do I know?
It's getting rebuilt. It's almost there now, but honestly, done a lot of thinking. I'm not sure. Well, let me just show you. And he opens up his backpack and just grabs like 4 bags of holdings. This is all that I could carry on me after I spent a bunch. These are all full of gold.
You just handing this to me?
Well, no, this is mostly mine. I think I'm going to retire with this mount. This is going to keep me good for the rest of my life. So, how long do dwarves live? I don't really know.
Yeah. Why are you on a different body?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Looks like they didn't do resurrection. They did reincarnation. Something about disposing of the body so that way I don't look like what I used to be, you know?
Also, how was this ever supposed to happen if I never found the contract?
I don't think it would have. So that's one of the reasons I'm here.
Weird. Well, it's great to see you.
I don't know too much about what's going on, but I do know I'm back in some kind of me own flesh and blood. But I figured I'd give you a little something for bringing me back.
I mean, I appreciate it. That's what is he handing me something? Is he?
He's tossing you 2 of the bag of holdings.
I will like poke my, like, you know how a kid like opens the birthday card to see if there's money. Like,
you just kind of open it and just like gold coins just start falling out. Oh yeah, they're a bit full.
Well, I'll take good care of these, and they'll go to a good cause.
I am sure they will. You're a good kid after all.
Man, I wish you would have told me what was going on, because that was like a really, like traumatic thing.
Life-changing.
Like I met all these guys. Also, how did you know we were here?
That's a good question.
Because no one knows about this place.
There's a little, I guess you could say, imp man who, when I woke up, he was the first one I saw, and he gave me a thing of directions, this backpack that I've got, and sent me on my way.
Fair enough.
Told me a little bit of information, which I've now told you, and now we're pretty much caught up. I don't know much else. As far as the contract goes, I don't really know either. I didn't have such a contract in me safe.
Wait.
Can I insight check like everything he's saying?
Sure.
He said so much stuff that does not track. I just want to insight check generally, like, does it seem like he's pulling shit out of his ass, or is this like he really is just oblivious? It's not a bad roll.
I can't tell. I got a 5.
He's telling the truth.
Seems like an honest man.
I like this guy.
17.
He's telling the truth.
Seems like an honest man.
Seems like an honest man.
I
He,
agree with
he
your
just
assessment.
seems he's just occasionally like stumbling over his words. It's like he doesn't seem like he's like misspeaking or like saying words he shouldn't be. He's more just kind of stumbling over them, just not really understanding it himself. So he's just explaining what he knows.
So you're telling me you didn't have that contract?
No,
Like that contract was put in your safe after the fire?
he just kind of shrugs. It wasn't in me safe when I locked up.
This is really confusing.
This is very confusing.
A little bit.
So, who was supposed to get that contract then? I say to myself, not rhetorically.
Good question, Gary.
Well, I mean, if I had to guess, police would have gone looking through all the burnt wreckage, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but they didn't find your secret safe behind the wall art. I knew where it was, though. I saw what you did.
He kind of blushes. You found that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. This is very confusing.
I'm genuinely
Guesses.
very confused about what the hell is going on.
Dan, do you got questions? You're the most intelligent person in our party.
One of them.
You tied for.
Yeah, but Rosie's not here, I assume. Rosie's probably working on the bag.
I mean, imagine you guys would be in the warehouse working on the magic items.
Probably.
That's up to Rosie.
Because
Mhm.
Rosie is also trying to stay low, if I recall correctly.
He's just trying to stay low at home.
Yeah.
They're bag holding with a dildo in it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know enough about the situation to comment. It sounds real fucking weird, though, and
So
definitely
does-
like there's some kind of external plan.
Yeah.
Zane, do you know the names that were on the contract? As my character would know them, but I don't remember. What was it? Mamira?
Amira?
Yeah. There was another name, wasn't there? It was Amira and someone else. Or maybe it was just one.
I thought there was two also for some reason.
Old contract.
Maville?
Yes.
Oh my god, my notes came in handy.
I got it with me right here. Amira and Mabil.
Do you know these names?
He squints as he's trying to read them. I think the reincarnation needs to get me a new pair of glasses. As in, I need to get glasses. That looks like... Yes, I know one of these names. I know Amira. She's come by a few times to have her shoes signed, blood polished out. But that's about all. Mavil, I don't know.
Insight.
All right.
Just gonna keep doing this. I rolled garbage.
He says one word, insight check.
Dude, this whole story makes no sense.
Yes. So you know Amira as a customer, but
Yes.
she had a contract for me to take over your business when you died
And secretly resurrect you.
and secretly resurrect you.
That she
On the Devil
planted
Mafia's
in the safe after the Devil Mafia burned down the laundromat. Unsure if anyone would find it. and she worked with a Devil Mafia member who is now dead.
And you don't have any information related to this.
And Zayd knows nothing.
He's just kind of scratching his head as you guys are talking to him about this.
You got to give me something.
I'll be honest, lads and lasses. I can't tell you much more. I've never really dealt with the mafia much.
Also, I gotta say, it's really interesting. You picked up the accent of the body you took up. Like your accent is gone. Crazy.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not exactly used to it myself. It just sounds odd. My tongue's going in all sorts of different places I didn't think it could go.
That's what
Careful
she
when you say
said.
that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll happily take over the business. But I mean, is there any? You had no under the counter deals or anything like that, or no mafia connections in general? I mean, we're being straight here, being honest. These are honest folk with me.
Yeah, we don't care.
Listen, Gary, I helped you get out of that contract in the past. Do you really think I would be going and poking my nose and getting in another contract?
I'm just confused. We'll figure it out at some point.
Look, I'm just as confused as you are. This all sounds very, very legalese and lawyery and oof.
I have a question for Zane.
I do too.
Is there
What's that,
some
Les?
reason why someone in particular would need you to be alive?
Can't think of anything.
Insight check. God! Oh wait, no, that's a good roll. It almost landed on a 2. That's a 25.
Ooh.
Jesus.
He just is more or less the same. He's and then he's just kind of mumbling under his breath. Ever since Erica left me, can't really think of anybody.
Ever since Erica?
Yeah,
Erica. Or Erica or Zerka?
Erica.
Do I know anything about Erica?
It was his ex-wife.
And he said, ever since Erica left me, I can't think of anyone.
Correct. Or who would gain from having him come back to life.
What was your relationship with Amira look like?
It was a customer relationship.
It's just a customer.
Just a customer?
Yes.
She didn't have any special fancies towards you, or
I mean, I took her into my office once when we were having a spat about the bill. That's about it. Didn't want to argue in front of other customers.
was she regularly argumentative, or was she generally pleasant? Like, what was she like?
We only had one argument. She didn't think she should be charged for removing blood when it was just transmission fluid, as she called it. I know transmission fluid versus blood.
Yeah, you taught me.
When was the
Different
last
colors.
When was the last time you talked to her?
It's been about a week or two before, I got the old dot on between my eyes.
And what was
Do you
that
remember
conversation
what?
like?
Oh, that's interesting.
I remember seeing a gun and then dark.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Wait, he didn't die in the fire?
Do you know who killed you? Do you remember the face?
Was it Amira?
No. I know it was a tiefling, though.
Hmm.
Must have been the Devil Mafia.
Describe him.
Long lock of black hair. Arms all the way up to here, and he points out really far, probably about a foot and a half in the air.
Big
Curled
horns.
back quite a bit.
It's a horny
He's
tiefling.
he's an old man. He's got horns
And-
like that.
An old horny tiefling?
Yes.
Does that description sound familiar to anyone?
Yeah, would I recognize, like, I saw a lot of customers. By chance, do I remember this as a customer?
He also saw a lot of Devil Mafia.
I did.
Give me a history.
I'm bad at history. 2. You know what?
You're having
I use my goddamn inspiration because I got
There
one
you go.
stat.
3.
Story of our lives sometimes.
14.
14?
I'm willing this into existence.
So on a 14, you would remember you kind of had to unblock out the memories of the of that night, but earlier in that month there was a tiefling who had came by named Malaron that fits this description.
Malaron.
Malaron. I'll
That's
put it
close.
in character.
And he is horny old tiefling that shot man. Cool. And he was a customer of ours?
Once.
Was it because he had holes in his shirt from putting on his shirt and there's horns in the poke through?
No, so you would remember on a 14. You remember this guy. He brought over his clothes, but they were already really clean. You didn't really have to do much work into it.
What was dirty about them?
He dropped them off and said, "Clean them."
Invisible blood. All right. Well, I guess that's good information to have. Are you like mad at that guy, or are you kind of cool? Like, because you're back now. So it's like, is there any hard feelings between you and the guy that killed you? Like, you seem really like okay with the situation.
Oh, I'm more okay by the fact that I'm back.
And you got a shit ton of cash.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Aside from being a lot shorter and having this accent and a penchant for good ale right now, but aside from that, it's not that bad so far. But then again, I have been alive again for all of the course of an hour and however long it took me to get over here.
And you
what
said
time
there
is
was
it?
an imp? You said there was an imp that gave you
Yes.
all this, right?
Correct.
Where did you get resurrected? You're reincarnated? Where did you come out of?
So I remember hearing some buzzing, and I walked out, and it would look like a barber shop.
All right. That's not a
Resurrected you in
barbershop.
barbershop.
I'm gonna wager we know who resurrected our friend here.
Wait.
Who has a name?
The imp? Oh, he was named Greene.
Ron. Did he say anything other than here's some money, get out?
He more or less said, "Thanks for the help. Enjoy your new body. You're back alive. Here's a backpack with a bunch of gold." Sent me on my way.
Wow. What was
Pretty much
what
told me your address and where I was and how to get there.
So Gron
More or
knew
less
our
it.
address.
Oh, the imp. Yes, he did.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Dan, you got anything?
Dan is giving Tenzin medicine.
Sorry, can you wait for the cat?
Tenzin is Dan is feeding Bean.
Yeah. Man,
Gary, your
Bruno,
backstory is
what were
really
you-
confusing.
I didn't think it would be this confusing. I didn't think the guy that was my motivation would be back.
Yeah,
It's
what
bit of
motivation
stress
do
me
you
too.
have now?
I don't know.
Your character arc's been resolved in 15 sessions.
I mean, if you want, you could take out that bugger who done it didn't me, Malaron.
But like,
you don't care.
Yeah, you don't care about him.
I mean, if this is causing you this much of an internal conflict, figured I'd give you some kind of resolution.
It seems so unnatural.
I mean, coming back from the dead isn't exactly natural either, now is it?
Confused, Dan.
What's going on?
We don't know.
Here's my take.
Uh,
This man was running a laundry place, probably wasn't making grand money, right?
Yep.
Was dead. Now back, happy to be back, and with a fistful of cash.
Well, yeah, but like, how did this whole contract thing
Yeah,
come
the
about?
contract.
And like, what's the plan?
So that's the thing we figure out from here.
Yeah,
I believe our man here is done.
But why do we care?
Yeah, why do we need
We
to
have
actually
no
follow
incentive
this?
to follow any of this.
Correct.
Well,
Don't have to unless you want to know from your curiosity if there's something bigger going on here.
Okay, Chani said y'all needed me for something. What is happening?
well, we don't. I was just curious, like, if you had questions, but the fact that you weren't here makes it harder because I thought you were here. So, it's hard.
I mean, my rough theory at this point is that this Amira lady, since her name is on the contract for whatever fucking reason, like,
Yeah, that's
she's tied to it. I can't help but wonder if maybe this was a plan to just like get some fast cash out of the Devil Mafia with like minimal work on her part beyond just like here's a full contract. Let's kill this guy. He gets resurrected. He gets his payout, and then later we track him down and take the money.
So, okay, this is what you missed. So the contract was placed in the safe after his death.
Right.
For me to find.
I figured that.
To get it.
I heard that.
To get it resolved.
They were anticipating someone would find it.
But no one else would have been able to see.
Except for you.
I couldn't see the contract to get Zane back.
But it is a devil contract.
But I didn't even. The only reason we found that out is because of your sister. Like,
right.
And like, yeah, I guess there's not a whole. I mean, we know the guy that killed him. A horny old tiefling.
Yep. Horny old tiefling.
And he was resurrected by an imp at a barber shop.
Okay.
Do we know anyone with an imp?
I bet Rosie's dad has an imp.
Yeah, we've already been told that he was going to come back to life. We know who said it.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
The resurrection part is covered.
Yeah, that's probably covered.
That's accounted for.
It's just weird that I feel like we just kind of fucked over Amira by giving.
Well, Amira didn't get taken out. That Mabel guy did, right?
Well, either
No,
way,
Amira got killed.
Amira got taken out.
taken care of.
Amira did?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
We know she was
Mabel-
taken care of.
We don't know about Mabel. He wasn't brought up in Rosie's conversation with her dad.
So maybe the scam was by Mabel. Because this Malloran guy is still at large. He's unaccounted for, right?
Well, Malloran is just a
Killer.
guy that works for
Yeah,
the
he's just
Devil
an
Mafia,
assassin.
probably.
Wait, he is Devil Mafia?
Yes,
Yes.
because I know that the Devil Mafia is the one that interacted and killed Zane in the first place.
Wait, Devil Mafia actually killed him.
Apparently.
Apparently, yes. There was
So Amira knew
There
this
was-
guy was gonna die and took out this contract on him? Or
there was
something?
magical evidence. There was an ashen circle of billowing sulfurous smoke at his death site, which is a sign of Devil's teleportation.
About we have somebody we can talk to who probably knows a hell of a lot more than we do. And we can talk to them.
You talking about Idic?
Rosie's dad, yeah.
I don't think he's. I mean, actually, I wasn't there. Maybe, yeah, maybe he'll have tons of information. Rosie, what do you
told
think?
us.
Did Rosie say that her dad was really pissed?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then maybe you might not be the best person. I mean, he probably has all the information, obviously. But well, Zane, I appreciate you stopping by, and let's see. I'm just like, I should probably keep in contact with you, but I don't know. Do you know where you're going? Can I know?
Don't see why not. I'm going to go buy one of those big apartment complexes and just set up a condo at the top. Live in there.
Nice. Well,
This is just part of my ownings. I've got a bunch left in the bank.
that's
That's what I was able to carry over.
Seems very good for you.
Make sure you hire good security.
Yes, get good security, and you might, there's a very good spell my friend is working on for getting rid of bugs. If there's a bug problem, so.
Of course, if I need an exterminator, I know who to call now.
Exactly. See, Dan, I got you a job.
Call Dan.
I mean, for 300 gold pieces, I could make you your own bug pub one.
Well, that's
He
not
opens
a
up.
good way.
He opens up one of his. He opens up one of his bag of holdings and tosses you a small bag. That should cover it.
Well, thank you kindly.
Damn.
Zane's a good guy. Well, we're going to try to figure things out, but I'll keep in contact, Zane.
Please do. I'd like to see what's all happened in the meantime. Also, wouldn't mind seeing you operate that laundromat. See how you handle it.
Yes, of course. I mean, need some workers.
Those guys.
Deception.
$22.
Oh, you'll take good care of her. I know you will.
Yes. Well, yeah. Take care. And I'll talk to you again soon.
Look forward to it. And
This is the classic Midwest goodbye.
he just slaps his thighs and gets up. Well, ladies, gents, been good talking with you. I got an apartment complex to go by.
We'll walk
I'll
to
send
the
you
door.
my address once I get it.
Yes, please do.
He just gives you a 2-finger salute and heads out the door.
All right. Well, that's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. So Amira is dead.
As far as we know.
Probably.
Naval is
Unless-
unaccounted for. Malloran is unaccounted for.
I don't think Malloran is relevant.
He's just an assassin.
He was the trigger man, but that doesn't
He
exclude.
was just a guy.
He was involved. But, once again, the whole thing that sent me into my rage and like joining this group was because Zane died. So Zane's back.
I mean, it is very funny because now all of your things have been resolved. You own a business, you have a ton of money, and your old boss is back.
No, not everything's been resolved. My parents are still missing.
Oh. Everything important.
Well, that was still a problem before all this happened.
Yeah.
So you're back to status quo.
Congratulations.
This is interesting.
Why don't you take the next couple weeks to think about it?
Yeah. I'll need to think about things. Why did I kill all those people?
He has an existential
Oh my
crisis
God.
over downtime.
You want to join Rosie and her existential crisis?
Is this what it feels like to be Rosie?
Yup. Welcome.
There's two of them now.
I mean, I still have a distaste for the aristocracy, so.
Great.
Join the club.
Well, on with downtime.
On with downtime.
Is that what a 16 rolled me?
A dwarf.
Yes,
Oh,
for reincarnate.
I see.
They are specifically a mountain dwarf.
At first, I thought it was going to be like Durgar's brother or something.
He's back. And he's pissed.
You killed my
And he
brother.
knows.
I was a little scared of that for a second.
What does AAA's downtime look like?
Good question.
So primarily what I was planning on doing is having AAA focus on gathering information about his family since everything happened. I figured probably the best way to do that is to find a more upscale bar and try to get some work there. Somewhere
Okay.
where I've been over here more higher end customers.
So get a job at a fancy bar to hopefully hear some fancier talk about your family members.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say over we'll say over the next few weeks you do get a job at a kind of higher up establishment. Once you can kind of prove your worth, you had to work at a few bars to really show what you're capable of over like a week or so. Show that like, yeah, this is too easy for me. Give me a challenge, that kind of thing. And over the course of the month, you would have landed a job at a kind of higher up restaurant. You are a bartender, basically. One of the three that work. It's at a very tall building, kind of up near the top, where it's just a lot of rich people. And here are the few things that you would have learned over the course working there. One, you would have identified 3 regulars. One of them, you're pretty sure they are a vampire. 2 others, you would know that they are part of several different mafias. You're suspecting one is a member of the Demon Council, and another one is a member of the Devil Mafia. It is not Eodoc, by the way. And then lastly, you would have gotten some hints where one of your family members, just kind of as you're talking by with one of the regulars, you get the name dropped. Let's see, pull that here. You get the name Emphin Adams. Hold up. Who is a black dragonborn. So you would have that name. So I think at that point, if you want, we can role play that, see how that goes. You would basically hear them mentioning that name, like, yeah, Infin's doing some construction, looking towards building a new skyscraper, if you can believe it. They've gotten quite wealthy lately. Started their own business. Dang it, I can't get the Scottish out of me.
It's just stuck.
Mm. And in the meantime, before we really start the role play, what is the identity you've gone under? Have you been the Blue Dragonborn still under a different name or anything?
No, since my original form was Blue Dragonborn, I'm going to be let's go with a Red Dragonborn.
Oh, it's a red one? Okay.
And I'll be going by the name Zed.
Zed? Zed's dead, baby. All I can think of. So yeah, as he's talking, he just keeps bringing up that name. Emphin says, "No offense, but if you think about it, we don't really have many Dragonborn at you know what I mean, high success rates. Not to say that you're not doing well, but have their own construction business and building a skyscraper. They must have landed quite a contract. I have to wonder who's giving them the money for it."
So they're building a skyscraper?
We're starting to build another one. I think it's going to be the 8th one put up.
I forget what they make their money off of.
Oh, the Adams family?
Yeah, it escapes me.
I know some of them were born into money. Ended up drinking themselves stupid.
Don't they have like a monopoly on something? I completely forget.
Oh, were they one that just got in a monopoly? Oh, there's so many nowadays, I can't keep track of them. He's trying to remember and he can't remember.
I can't remember what I wrote that as either.
Well, you're probably right. They probably do have something.
It must not be very important if I can't think of it.
And who knows, it could just be toilet paper for all we know.
Yeah, that definitely is something that you could make a monopoly off of.
I mean, I wouldn't want to have a monopoly for shit tickets if you ask me.
I guess it's still a way to make money, I guess. Apparently it's enough to build 8 skyscrapers.
Oh, this is just the 8th. They just got the contract to build the new one. But still, skyscraper's no joke. That requires a lot of ecrate too. That ain't cheap.
They must be sourcing it from somewhere.
I know most of the groups who hold a lot of ecrate would be the Demon Council themselves. They hold the most of it. Hope the Atoms aren't under demon control, because that tower is probably just going to be fortress for them. If that's the case.
If they're getting into, it seems like it would be odd to go under them just to get the Ekrite, unless they're already under them, and then just having access to the Ekrite because they're under them.
True, it would be a bit odd. Wouldn't really be a good way to hide yourself if you're building it for them and you're getting the materials from them. Look a bit suspicious.
Yeah. What, you said something about someone drinking themselves. Silly. Which one was that again?
I think it. Oh, I can't remember the name of him, but I think he was. Oh, what color was it? Blue? Maybe he was. Maybe he was sapphire. Maybe he was one of them. Metal ones instead of the colored ones. Can't remember. It was blue or silver or something. I'm pretty sure it was blue. I think he was just partying all the time. Didn't really know how to land an honest job.
What a life to live.
I mean, I'm sure it was good for him, but party's got to end at some point. I don't see him around anymore. Must have done himself in, poor lad.
Yeah, we're pissed off the wrong person.
I mean, there's lots of those people out there, isn't there?
That is unfortunately true in this city.
Out of curiosity, not many people really enjoy my conversations talking about construction. Are you interested in any of them?
I'm just interested in the small talk around the area, just living vicariously through gossip.
Ah, one of them folk. Fair enough. Guess that does make a good bartender.
That's why I do it.
Oh, if you don't mind me, I've got a party I'm going to go over to. Would you like to join? Once you're off shift.
What's the party for?
Oh, we're celebrating. It's my mom's birthday. We're gonna get stinking drunk, just like old times.
I'm sure I wouldn't be intruding.
Ah, you seem like good folk.
Well, if you
Unless he just kind of puts his hand on the table and looks at you. You're not a cop, are you?
don't. No, I don't have the propensity for following the rules that much.
Good, because if you were a cop, you'd have to tell me.
Is that a law?
Well, of course. How else are you going to find out if they're a cop or not?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
Well, here's my address, and he writes it down on a cocktail napkin, and just kind of splats it on the table. When you're done with your shift, if you're looking for a little party, don't expect something as grand as elaborate as this place, but it's still good time. Lots of drink, lots of partying, lots of drugs.
Oh, sounds like a grand time.
Well, if you're willing to join, we'll see you there. And he just kind of downs his shot and just walks away.
That was a conversation that led absolutely nowhere.
You got some info.
That's true. I learned a couple things. Apparently, cops have to tell you that they're cops.
We'll use that later.
Yeah, that's very useful information right there.
Well, you also learned that
They're building.
they're building a or that they're doing some construction, and that that there's a dragonborn running it.
I also know that
Finn Adams.
I also know that they're using a lot of acrite, and that could be somewhere where I could mess with them that's trying to interrupt their supply of acrite.
That'd be fun.
Got to figure out where they're getting it from, though. Also, acrite's stupid expensive, so if we steal a bunch of it, we could probably sell it on the black market for a shit ton.
That sounds like fun.
Sell it back to him at a markup.
I'm down.
I'll be bringing that tidbit back to the group. Really,
I mean, you also got the names of one of your family members.
are they?
Emphin
didn't-
Adams.
Wouldn't he already know the names of his family members?
Yeah, but I don't remember. But I don't remember what I would. Did I ever come up with names for them?
You did not, so I'm winging it.
Oh, okay. I thought, didn't they all start with A?
Adams.
No,
The last name is Adams.
the whole naming convention. I thought was that all the children had the first name starting with A and last name was Adams.
Oh.
Well, we'll have to discuss that because I didn't know that. So, but long story short, you found out the name of one of your family members.
Also, David.
Yeah.
Did Zane just hand me 50,000 gold?
Yes.
No,
That's a lot.
I'm not the richest person in the party now.
Wait, he just handed you 50,000 for nothing?
Handed him 2 bags of holding full of gold.
I was doing some math while you guys were doing the roleplay, and I messaged Plette. I was like, "Is this right?"
So he walked in here with 200,000 gold, and we let him walk out.
I mean, he handed us 50,000.
We should have.
That's fine.
I thought about it.
It could have been 200,000.
But then Gary would be really upset.
Like, then my whole backstory would turn to you guys. No, we just paid to resurrect him.
We didn't pay shit.
I would. I'd use my cut to just resurrect him.
Wait,
With that
first
kind of
take out an
money,
insurance policy.
I guess I'm just being
Infinite money
insurance.
glitch.
We're just running insurance scams for the rest of the campaign.
We just keep killing and resurrecting this guy.
When
It's in the contract.
When Triple A gets back, he's going to be telling Dan about his idea to steal the acrite from the supply, that's being supplied to his family's construction.
Okay, that sounds like a potentially highly profitable fucking job. But you don't know where they're getting it yet.
Not yet. I think we need to figure out where the construction's happening, and then try to figure out where the acrite's coming from.
I mean, finding out where a skyscraper under construction is being built shouldn't be too difficult. And from there, we could probably just follow a supply truck if we stake it out.
Well, apparently, acrite is super expensive, so if we can steal it, I can screw over my family, and we can make shitloads of money.
Win-win.
I have no objections.
That sounds like fun.
Well, I guess we have figured out our next heist.
We have a job. Honestly, we could probably start casing now and just not act on it until the heat's died down and we dealt with the syndicate situation.
There was a possibility that was mentioned, but it seemed unlikely that it's possible that they could be getting the acrite from the Demon Council. So just be aware that that is a
That-
low possibility, but not impossible.
I would not know much about them.
You want to avoid getting on their bad side.
Yeah, if it's coming from them, I don't think we should steal it.
I
But
agree.
Well, it depends. Is the Demon Council funding the construction, or is the Demon Council selling them the materials?
that's a good point, because if they're just on the materials, then we just need to wait until it's in the hands of the construction people, and then we can steal from them.
Exactly. But if they're like the principal fucking investors for this building, then that's a different situation.
Yeah, if that's the case, I say we back off at that point.
Yep, that sounds good.
Worst case scenario, we can always, break into your family's apartment and, rob them and kill them and do whatever it is you want to do there. It won't be too high profile. Right?
I was hoping to drag one of them out at a time and take him out slowly.
Mm.
Even better.
All right. So, sounds like at this point you guys want to case the joint during your month of being incognito. So I would say between AAA talking at the bar place that he is at, working at, and you guys just kind of talking around on occasion with a few people, you would learn, and just kind of like reading newspapers, things like that, you would learn this skyscraper is being built in the Ambia district.
Is there anything in newspapers about who's funding its creation?
Let's see.
I mean, it's not going to say the Demon Council, but like companies or people specifically tied to it.
So for that, you would see that it is for Ekrite, it would be the. Oh, come on, where is that? Just had it. Sorry, scrolling through my notes here.
If only there was a better way to organize D&D notes.
If only I had time to do it.
Sorry. Clearing my throat.
Sure thing. Okay, there it is. The Gilded Crown is funding it.
What kind of company is the Gilded Crown?
They are a company that almost exclusively works in Ekrite and Ekrite enchanted material.
Okay.
They are one of the ones that are responsible for building several of the previous skyscrapers and providing the material for it. So they have built things like that before, and they have also provided material. So it looks like this time they're just providing the material again. They're not building.
In any of our gossiping among criminals, do we have any indication that the Gilded Crown is at all tied to the Demon Council? Over this
You
month?
do not.
Okay. That's a good sign.
Are these guys at all related to Sleek Steel?
They are a rival company.
Okay.
That sounds like something that's doable.
Should we maybe double check with your sister to see if to double check that company isn't backed by the Demon Council or something?
My sister's not tied to Demon Council.
Oh, wasn't she?
Devil
She's tied to
Mafia.
Devil.
Yeah. I mean, they would probably still know though.
They might have a connection.
I gotta ask, but
I assume they probably know about the company. They don't mess with each other.
I mean, given how big this company is, if it's tied to the Demon Council, someone knows.
Wouldn't hurt to double check just in case.
yeah, I can reach out.
Key and Geary walk an hour and a half to a payphone.
You know the route.
Yeah, but it's faster if you come.
Hours.
I don't remember.
I get distracted.
Okay, so you guys want to travel to a payphone?
Sure.
Dan
Yeah,
reaches
I'll-
out to
easily
Nina.
done.
Yeah, I'll ask Nina if she knows anything about these guys.
To go to Crown, they're not really affiliated with any particular group, if that's what you're wondering.
Just good to know.
I mean, they're more of a long as the pay is good.
Capitalists.
Yes.
Perfect.
So it's basically a victimless crime.
That's what I was gonna say.
I still feel like it's better to steal it while it's in the hands of the construction people instead of the group that's selling it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll put this forward.
that's when it's most vulnerable.
If it's being transported, it's probably already been paid for, right? That's typically how these transactions go.
Well, it depends on if it's being transported by the company that's selling it or if it's being transported by the buyers. If it's being transported by the buyers, then yeah, we can just steal it in transit or something.
Well, even if it's transported by the sellers, like most vendors, you know, they don't bring you shit unless you've already paid for it, right? Like,
Yes, but what I'm saying is
you don't pay for it on receipt of goods. You pay for it and then you receive the goods.
what I'm saying is that if we steal it while it's in transit and it's being transported by the major company, then we're not only pissing off my family, we're pissing off the major company. And that could lead to a more severe backlash.
That's true.
If we can steal it from just my family and just piss off my family, whatever, we piss off my family.
I'm just thinking that stealing it off of a truck, you know, on a street is going to be much lower security than stealing it off of a construction site.
True.
Either way, sounds fun.
I'm glad you're flexible. I'm sure
I
it'll
think
be
we should-
most of the heavy lifting.
I think we should look into both options and see which one is more feasible.
Yeah.
If they're both the same, like similar difficulty, I think we should go with the option that doesn't piss off the major company.
I mean, I got a real easy way to deal with a truck.
What?
Just can't sleep on the driver.
Hmm.
As if they haven't protected the cabin against magic like that.
I mean,
If they're transporting egg grade, that is not impossible.
Yeah, that's fair.
do you think that they're going to have an anti-magic field warding the cab of a truck?
If it's
I mean,
hauling multiple thousands of dollars worth of goods, potentially.
Like I'm looking at this like we're about to rob a truck that's transporting bank
Yeah.
funds.
This is like robbing gold bars.
Right, but it's like I-beams of this stuff, right? So it's going to be on like a truck bed.
I don't know. I don't know how they're transporting it.
What are we even gonna? How? Oh, never mind.
I think that would also be probably a good thing to look up is how they're transporting it. Is it being transported in the construction material already, or is it still as the raw material?
I would assume if it's being shipped to a construction site, they're not going to be smelting it on site. It's going to be IBUs or whatever the fuck they're using. But
then it becomes: are they purchasing it as the already constructed materials from the company, or are they purchasing the raw and then having it sent to their own place? Which
does your family own smelteries or iron works or anything?
All I did was party when I lived there. I didn't fucking pay attention.
I don't give a shit. It's free money.
Have you explained why you hate them so much?
Because I got framed for something and kicked out of the family and disowned.
I hope I killed you too.
And so basically, my life went from partying and awesomeness to getting kicked out onto the streets for something I didn't do.
It's as good a reason
You
as
were the
any.
fall guy.
So
Love that game.
fuck them. They can only go die in hell.
Did they kill you?
No, I didn't. I'm not dead.
Well,
Are you sure?
Well, you're
As they look at your bony corpse of a body.
No, guys,
You're
trust me.
swear.
You're kind of dead.
I made a pact with my ancestor, Elder Drago Lich, and this was the price.
Oh.
I thought they murdered you.
Yeah, that's what my assumption was, too.
Nope.
I was very mistaken.
I was just homeless.
I mean, yeah, fuck them.
Huh?
I mean, if you're homeless, wouldn't you sell your soul to the devil?
I mean,
I'd probably pay the 2 silver to get a home.
2 silver.
Apparently, that's all it costs here.
2 times a month.
They got really good housing in Fortuna.
AAA was not aware at the time that is all the cost.
Fortuna, he never investigated.
he was too sheltered. He didn't know.
It's just an apartment. What could it cost? 10 gold?
Has to be thousands at least.
He was just too sheltered.
So, Gary, you're gonna buy 5 buildings.
Like, how much can a banana possibly cost? $10?
AAA literally had no concept of the value of money at that point in time.
Exactly. So on that note, Gary, you will get a letter in the mail from Zane with his new address.
Lovely.
At 150,000.
Cool. Does it say anything else in there, or is it just the address?
It says, I'm still in the process of getting some new furniture, so it's a bit bare, but if you want to stop by anytime this week, I'd be happy to see you. Catch up.
Okay. His address is 9635 East Argyle Street.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Apparently, it's in Minnesota, but.
Alright.
All right.
Well, what's next in downtown?
It's a good question. I believe Rosie and Dan are working on magic items.
That's true.
Yep.
How much time have we spent on that so far?
So, how many magic items were you working on again? I'm trying to remember off
I
the top
think
of my
it
head.
was just
The brooch and the bag is all that's left
Yeah.
of my stuff.
Yeah, bag's gonna take you the longest. We're looking like a month's time with you both working on it. So, given you guys would have started it later on, you probably by the end of the month you'd have like a week left on it.
Okay.
But the other item would be complete. So all the magic items would be repaired except for the bag. bag's voice has gotten a bit slurred and doesn't always speak properly anymore. But it is still talking a lot. Yeah,
He's a little
exactly.
drunk.
I'm so hungry.
I got these pretzels here that are $5. Get out of here.
So that's the end of the month, so the 30th.
Yes, it would be the end. Well, actually, you guys are going for a month, so
We're halfway
would
through the
be-
next month.
it would be the 15th of White Wind.
Oh, when's Halloween?
Almost Halloween.
Halloween.
Let's take another
is-
3 weeks of downtime.
Halloween is the 18th
Oh.
of White Wind.
And we're on the
We're
15th.
literally like
3 days.
Rosie wants to celebrate Halloween.
I would say over the course, you would know, your character would know that Halloween is coming.
Is it called Halloween?
You'll see
All Hallows
pumpkins and
Night?
shit all over. fucking
It's called
music
Spooky
department.
Wind.
St. Swithin's Day.
Ooh.
She's so excited.
I'll have to come up with a name, but it's the equivalent of Halloween. It's on the 18th.
That Rosie's pumped.
And she decorated the warehouse.
Yes. She has decorated everything she could get her hands on.
it's one of those like finally got the house or the warehouse looking pretty good. Next thing I know, it's covered in fucking decorations.
Yep.
It's just all over. Pumpkins, skeleton masks, paper skeletons, all that.
Now I'm like, oh no.
It's like you can see like the spots where it's like you won't let
There's a
her do
clear
anything.
line.
Yeah, clear
Yeah.
line of just Halloween.
Bruno growls at you if you get within that box.
This is my waffle box.
Leave him in his box. So I
To be
would
fair,
say
Rosie wouldn't decorate people's rooms and stuff. She would just go into more of the living areas, like the living room quotation.
well, it's a warehouse. There isn't exactly a living room.
It's an open floor plan.
Got it. I'll just leave the warehouse alone. I'll just do her apartment.
All right, fair enough. Probably would be a lot cheaper than trying to decorate a whole warehouse.
Are we living in the warehouse? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, it sounds like that's where you guys have been staying to stay low.
It doesn't make a difference to Dan because he can literally just fucking shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm living here.
Yeah. I'm staying in the warehouse.
I have
I
my
mean,
cool-
I
That-
assume AAA
yeah.
was as well.
It's spacious.
Yeah.
There's so much room for activities.
Like this
So
ping pong
much.
table.
We could
Yeah,
build
exactly.
beds.
Look at this corner. Beautiful.
Everything's just made out of fucking particle board.
What's
This
funny
is
is
the
we
most
could afford
comfortable
to
bed.
put whatever the hell we wanted here, but we just keep using particle board.
Y'all are too cheap.
It's like none of us realize we have money.
Money is for magic. Money is for weapons. Money is not for furniture.
I have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna spend 50,000 gold on.
You could
I
buy a
mean-
very rare magic item.
If you're not gonna use it, I could use some more spells.
I'll take it.
Well, no.
Calm down now. Calm down.
You got any more of them spells over there?
You could afford a night at the fucking.
Yeah, you could put us all
awful-
up at the 11-story Waffle House.
Yeah,
The Waffle House works.
yeah. You could afford a night there.
We could probably live there for a fucking year. I don't know if Bruno would survive.
I would get so fat.
He'd be like,
He'd die
he'd
happy.
Be like Bender at the end of that one episode where he becomes a human.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we're getting near the end of the session, so I will wrap this up here. As you guys
Wait,
are more or less at the what? What'd you say?
request. I have a request before we get into a wrap
What's the
up.
request?
Just in the interest of saving us an hour next session, could we say that, like, given that me and Bruno have done nothing, that we, like, scouted this construction site for a few days? Just
Yes,
secretly, and just said, like, just to see, like, how the shipments work, where the stuff is going, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. That's doable.
Okay.
I'll have the info available for next session.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
Okay,
And
so
no word from the syndicate in this past month, correct?
you guys have been laying pretty low. So yeah, you have not heard or seen anything.
See, they ain't that tough. Orc Mafia would have found us within the first week.
He's just about to do the wrap up, you fool.
We're in the clear.
For the wrap up, you guys are just kind of some of you are just on your way back from getting some groceries, just kind of milling about shops, getting things, and you will all hear this, whether you're in a warehouse, in a house, wandering about, doesn't matter. You are going to hear large explosions. One off in the distance to the north, then another to the south, another to the northeast, and you hear people starting to scream in panic, and sirens are immediately blaring as you see large buildings are starting to fall down. And one of the buildings is the one where Zane is at. That is where we're going to call the session, as these buildings start to fall.
I told you they won't kill
Yay,
us.
Gary has a reason to stay with us.
He was
Yeah,
alive
right.
for all of
1 month.
just a little bit.
I mean, I've kind of already resolved all those emotions.
He's like,
I'm
I'm
gonna bring
over
him
it.
back up.
I'm like, well, I guess I got some closure.
You were okay with him being dead, and you were okay with him being alive, so this really doesn't change much.
Now he's dead again. All right.
I already worked through that.
I mean, he already came to terms with it.
But
He wasn't
maybe-
angry.
But what if Zane was the one who blew up the buildings?
Well, why would? I guess then that's okay. He must have had a reason. I
I'm
trust
telling
him.
you. I'm telling you, this is all a big scam to get money out of the Devil Mafia.
Honestly.
Probably. But I rolled so good on insight.
It's not his scam.
Yeah.
This is Mabel and Maliborn, or whatever his name is.
Amira?
No, she's dead.
Yeah, Mir's dead, you know.
Oh, you mean
Mallard.
the assassin?
Mallard
Mallard.
and Mabel.
Mabel.
The two
Yeah.
survivors of the conspiracy.
Well, we'll have to find out next session. So,
First thing we do is go loot his body out of the ruins.
so
Does he have a decay on it? No.
let's hand out some RP points. You guys all did good this session, so you each get a point. And then who shall we vote for MVP?
I'd say Gary or Dan.
Oh yeah, I feel like Gary's got it this time for me.
I'll say.
Yeah, I'll go with Gary.
I'll vote for Gary.
You can't vote
I'll
for Gary.
vote.
It's Gary.
I'll vote Dan.
Oh.
But thank you.
What? You're fine. I blew out a candle.
Oh,
Calm
okay.
down.
All right.
Shit.
No, I saw smoke coming from like under my computer screens. I was like, what the fuck?
Fucking panic.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, sounds like Gary's getting the MVP.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Well done.
Good session, everybody. We have many confusing things and many new things to do next session.